What we gonna do right now is go back, way back.
Give me your thing. Hey, hey, come on, shake, come on, shake, come on. Give me your thing. Hey, hey, come on,
Because like do the round, fat girls like do the round. Woo. Fat girls, let me see you grind. Woo. Fat girls just doing their own thing, right there with the fat thing. And the fat girls just shaking them thighs. Fat girls don't make it count right.
Excuse me.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
Rock, but you like that girl, hit the ground, hit it up, and you hear that sound. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it eat. Fat girl just shake it, don't wait. Big on, let me see you do the thing. Let go, let me see you dance the grind. Shake it up, back down. Drop me in the house. Work it, work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, big girl, big girl, work it, girl, work it, big girl, big girl, big girl, big girl, big girl, big girl, like you around. Fat girl keep going, don't quit. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl get down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it, stop, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl don't know what you know. Fat girl shake, till you rip through what? On the web, wet, hard part two. Loops and outs, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shame. Shake that back, bounce to the beat. Fat girl shake your jiggle like me. St. Louis, back to the top. Like I like to do the ride. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 like do the ride. Hey, 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 mo, hey. Let me hear you say, hey, 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 mo, hey. Big girls like do the ride. Shake, work, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Now sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, part 3. Can't hang with 100% beat. Fat girl know to happen, don't quit. Fat girl run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. Nothing new, I'm loose like it off the now. Fat girl bring the crew to top the climb. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl bounce hot, stop tripping. If you do get chicken and hot bitch with a lot right, come to the night speed. I really shit get the day to wear a tee. Bounce fat girl, show the boy shot. Let me see if the fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the damn bitch. Let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are? Not the Elvira. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing?
Big girl, 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 big girl.
Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings is so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass.
What about the big girls? Hey, 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 hey. What about the big girls? Big girls. Big girls. Yo, welcome to another edition of yours truly, Uncle Luke, the Luke Show, baby. I am here. You see I got my colors on. You know I'm Yachty. You know I'm Yachty. My dad is from Harborview. I feel like a Yachty today. Sunday, boss. Rice and peas one day, and peas and rice. No Arkansas fish today. That's Jamaican. My mom is Bahamian. Today is bar fish and grits. and Johnny Cake. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about that. Look at Jazzy right now. You know, I got my Jamaican World Cup colors on and everything. I got my dumps on, you know, I'm styling and profiling. Oh, motherfucker look good right now. Oh, motherfucker look good right now. I'm just saying. Let me just, hold on. Let me just do this. Let me get a little fresh, so clean, so fresh, so clean. Let me just pose. I'm having a good time with y'all. Yo, check this out. We got a great show today. This show is going to be excellent. This is going to be absolutely excellent. So what I want y'all to do right now, all of my people on all my social media platforms, that's my YouTube, my Instagram, my Twitter. Hold on, let me get the people on Instagram ready to go. I have to actually go over there and baby them and go to IG to then turn them on. Yep, there they go. They're turned on now. So they'll be in here shortly. I got so many people that's going to come on this show, but then hold on. Let me start off right. We start off like I usually started off, ladies and gentlemen. This Luke Show, thank you all for joining the Luke Show. Yo, this is a weekend edition. We got a lot of stuff to cover. We got a whole lot of shit to cover. But at the same time, I like to thank you guys for being on my Twitter, Uncle Luke Real One, my Instagram, Uncle Luke Real One, my Facebook fan page, Uncle Luke over there. All the old folks over there, shouts out to Facebook. I love y'all. And also, my newest social media platform, which is Twitch. I want to thank you guys for being on here and Instagram. Y'all up in this piece. I love y'all, Uncle Luke Real One. And I got to say, my favorite of all, YouTube. All you YouTubers over there, I want to shout out to y'all, man. Thank y'all for being on here. That's over there at my YouTube page. That's Uncle Luke TV. I love it. And I love y'all for being here. I just thank everybody for being here. This is a beautiful Sunday, not necessarily because it's raining outside, but I love the rain because it be so daggone hot around here that we need a little showers, a little Sunday showers to come in and bless the place and everything like that. We got a really big show. I'm just saying. We're going to talk about Chili. Yeah, we're going to have a conversation about Chili. We're going to have a conversation about Nick Cannon and his comments. We're going to have another conversation about my good friend Disco Rick will be joining us, and we're going to have my good friend Streeter joining us. And then I did put a call out to Warren Sapp, and hopefully he'll come on here. You know, Sapp all over the world. This man is, listen, he needs to do one of those. Sapp, I can see Sapp right now on a reality show where he's all fishing one day, he's hunting one day, he's out in some sort of Asian world, just walking around. He needs to be more like an Anthony Bourdain. You know, that's my friend. I love him to death, but this dude is all over the place. And I love it. I love the fact that he's all over the place. And then we're going to dive into a little bit of Sheila. Oh, Sheila. Oh, Sheila. Oh, Sheila. A little bit, because that is my opponent, currently still is my opponent in this luxurious race. And we're just going to get a little bit into it because we're not going to get too messy. She's being dragged enough by the things that she's done. So I'm not going to be the one to be sitting up here dragging Sheila. No, not going to do that. I want to run against the sister. She's the incumbent. So if she's still around, I would love to run against her. But we'll get in a little bit of that. But as you already know, this show is a sports, politics, and entertainment show. And this particular show has intertwined entertainment with politics, even though we know we have a very entertainer as a president. That's why I be just tripping when people be like, "Oh, Luke, you're a rapper. How can a rapper be going to Congress? What justifies you as going to Congress?" What? Last time I checked, the president is a reality TV show star. Remember The Apprentice? Remember Ronald Reagan? Remember Sonny Bono? Remember the comedian? So why the rapper can't be a congressman? Make that make sense. But the difference is all of them are white. We get criticized because we are black. All of a sudden, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this because you're black. Simple as that. And even us, we're the ones who want to criticize us. It could be one girl's on TikTok, little funny looking girl. She up there, Luther Campbell, Congressman, y'all let that sink in for a minute. What? But Mr. Apprentice and grab them by the oh, he's on tape. I love him. He's our president. He's gonna give us a stimulus check. He's gonna give us a check. He's a G. Y'all borderline want to call Donald Trump a black man. The same way y'all did Bill Clinton because he got something in the White House. Oh, that's all black man. Well, I'm here to tell you, black men are fucking real. We're the best in this country. Don't get it twisted at everything. At pulling ourselves up out of bootstrap, at being great dads, as being great men, great athletes. We're talking about athletics. Far past everyone. So y'all can stop that. It's not gonna be a show where we're not. Look, I cape for black men. All caps, uppercase. What the girls be saying? Clock it. That's what I cape for black men. I'm sorry. If that offends you, this is the wrong show for you to be on. That's why you see me, I go off on white coaches. I don't care if I hurt your feelings because the truth hurts. I don't care. If I go off on politicians, I don't care. I don't care if I hurt your feelings. This is a contact show. I will hit you, and it's going to be with all facts. I'm going to have to keep drinking water because this half Jamaican is a little sick. And I don't have no Cersei tree outside my yard. Where is that mayor? What is his name? He's a Jamaican mayor here in Miramar. What y'all do with all the Cersei trees? See, that's when you live in the city, you have Cersei trees outside. Yeah, I'm running for Congress, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Luther Campbell. This show is about a lot more than just that. A lot more than just that. The Congresswoman who I'm running against, yeah, she got jammed up. Lord have mercy. She got jammed up. We're going to start the show. Let me just start it off in the right way that I normally start the show off. We start the show off all the time like this. Rest in peace, my brother, Uncle Al. And as y'all know how we start the show off, I want to know where you from? Where you from? Where you at? Put it in the chat. Where you at? Put it in the chat. Where you from? That's what we do right here, people. Let me know where y'all from. Put it in the chat so I can put y'all up in here. I got these glasses. I'm going to take my glasses off in a minute. I just want y'all to see how I'm styling and profiling. You see me go? But go ahead. Go. You see me? I'm looking jazzy today. I'm looking real jazzy. I can catch something today. Phyllis, I can catch. Phyllis, I can catch some. Bell, what up, Bell? I see you. Y'all need to put it in the chat where you're from. But let's start the show off. Let's get this thing going on. I got a whole lot of things to talk about. I got a whole lot of people to upset. I'm just saying. Listen. Let me take my glasses off this. Listen. This show is about the realness. Monroe in the building. This show is about facts. This show is about no filter. It's no filter here. This show is brought to you by Luke Records. We will keep it a buck, keep it 100. I like you guys to go into the chat. If y'all, I need the chat to be really involved today. First of all, y'all need to like, share, and subscribe to the show. Share the show. Share it to everybody. Let them go tell everybody. Ain't got nothing else to do. Church is over with. We get ready to have church right here. I'm getting ready to have church right here because it's time to have church right here. I got and then before I start up, I'm gonna just let y'all know I got a proclamation. I think that's appreciation. The appreciation of Uncle Luke 2 Live crew. You Go Girl Street. It's your birthday street on 18th Avenue block. As commissioner, on behalf of the mayor, Miami-Dade County Board, and all that, Keon Hardiman, Daniela Carver, thank you. It's all over the place. Well, we'll get the screws tightened some kind of way or something like this. Here's a copy of the street. A copy of the street. You go, girl. You go, girl. You go, girl. What was that? 18th Avenue. You Go Girl Street. Then they have another street. It's your birthday. Luke, the It's Your Birthday Street. Go to the street. You come to Miami and it's your birthday. I have to go over there. I was over there yesterday. And it was a really good event. Let me I'll give y'all a little clip of it of me out there. There we go.
See, it's a whole fucking reunion here.
These are your ex-employees.
These are my guys.
Yeah, those are guys.
Yeah.
Uncle Al, Mom, the whole family was here. What did
Uncle Al, Mom, where Uncle Al, Mom at?
They walking around, but what did Uncle Al bring to the game?
Man, Uncle Al was the greatest. Uncle Al was on one side of 15th Avenue, over there in Sugar Hill. We was on the other side with Mr. Wonderful, with Lil Trina running around, you know, and me and Dap D and Slick Sam and all us, and then we bringing down all this hip hop in the South. See, people don't realize that. You know, Tiny Head was the original person who brought down Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, and I took that from him and then started bringing down these other artists. And then from bringing down these other artists, then what did we do after that? What did we do? We started our own shit. And that's what we did. And then now when you come here to see something like this and you see it, all these different streets with hip-hop artists' names on these streets. And then in the background, you hear the queen of it all, because she taught us all, get it right, King Spody. See, this shit go deeper than rap, but I'm finna leave you, because I don't want to talk to you anymore. Hey, my friend, how you feeling? Mr. Elliott, congratulations. Yep. Hey, First Lady, how you doing? All right. Hopefully I get invited to the birthday party this year, because all I do is see all these pictures and the king sitting there. I want to be sitting there. See, I'm talking to the boss.
You was invited.
You ain't show up?
No, I'm good. I'll leave it. Oh, okay. Huh?
You want to go on stage there?
And that was my little daughter. Shouts out to Precious. That was my little daughter. So I'm showing y'all some of these clips from yesterday. It was a very nice day on 18th Avenue. Shouts out to Commissioner Keon Hardiman. These are some beautiful shots, and here's another lady interviewing me. I'm just showing y'all this stuff.
Uncle Luke.
Hey, how you doing? I'm good.
How are you?
I'm great.
So happy. So how does it feel, not only your music being a part of legacy and music history, but having a street named after you?
I mean, you know, I got my first street named after me in my neighborhood. You know, that was a beautiful thing, you know, from where I came from, you know, just understanding the work and the commitment in the community. And I really, you know, appreciate that. Really appreciate the mayor and the commissioner for making that happen. This is very important. This is, you know, this is special because it's the fruit of your labor. You know, when there wasn't anything, it wasn't no such thing as hip hop in the South, and starting it in my backyard, you know, and being able to see all these other artists who came behind me, who've been inspired by me, and a lot of them
who were on my record label, whether it's Michael Sterling or JT Money or 2 Live Crew and all them, to see them names go up. And then the other ones, you know, the DJ Khaled's of the world and all these guys who was on my radio show. So to see that it's the fruit of your labor and you wasn't doing anything in vain. And so it's like a real special day for me. You know, I'm gonna come back when all the people are going, and I'm gonna really, really take it in. Yeah.
What is it that you want people to feel when they're driving down your street listening to your music?
It's your birthday. I wanna rock. Knocking the boots. Check what your mama gave you. Hold up, wait a minute, put it moving. Anquette. Do they have a street out here, Anquette? Yeah, I would always be there for you. So I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
What is it that you want the youth or the next generation to take from these moments here that they're creating?
I want the next generation to take from this. I mean, at the end of the day, you can be whoever you want to be. Because I was the same little kid running around, riding my bike, not knowing what direction I was going to go in. And then I make a decision, you know, I want to start DJing. I want to start interning at the radio station. You know, I want to be a chef. And then whatever you want to be, you can be. You know, don't let nobody tell you can't be what you want to be. If you want to be an athlete, if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, just put it in the atmosphere and it'll happen.
Absolutely. If there's one word that you could use to describe your legacy, what would it be?
Consistency.
Yes.
Yes.
I know that. Y'all heard it here with the legend. Go Uncle Luke. Y'all know what it is. ACW coming to the jam.
Yep. All right. Take it
Thank
easy.
you so much.
Shit, I'm getting out of here. Okay. Oh, there you go. There was a lot of things. Shouts out to my good friend Jay Johnson. We're gonna have Street on here. Joe Johnson. I'm sorry. That was a really good day. A really good day. But I have one more clip here. One more clip. Oh, I have one more clip. One more clip. I gotta get some of these out of here. There we go. Let me get that out. I have one more clip to play. Did I play that clip? Yes, I did. All right. I have one more clip to play from yesterday. And this might be it. Now, that was my last clip I had to play from the day. That was the last clip of the day. All right. And so let me say this. Let me just say this. And I'm not here to offend anybody. I'm not here to get anybody upset. I'm not even here to be ungrateful, right? But I am here to keep it a buck. I'm here to keep it a buck. And I'm gonna do this before I bring this next guest on. And then before I do this, right? It was, I'm gonna take y'all back, okay? Before I get to where I'm going at. Because I need to bring y'all up to speed, because there is always a root. And we have a tendency of not knowing our history as a people. And let these folks tell it they like to erase our history, but we do the same thing ourselves. We don't really, we don't like history books as well. And we don't like to pay respects to people before us as well. But I'm gonna do this in a I'm gonna talk about this in a very strategic way, because I know, you know, I'm supposed to be a leader, especially the leader of Southern hip hop, because it wasn't none. I'm until I started. And it all started on 58 Terrace, where my street name is, and 10th Avenue, out the back of my mom's wash house. That's where it started. Ain't nobody else was selling no motherfucking records in this town. Ain't nobody else was selling no records, no hip hop records in the South, period. But I'm gonna just start it off here. So let me give you history. So we started off DJing, ghetto style DJing. So we had ghetto style DJs. Like I mentioned in the clip, you had South Miami DJs down south. You had Jam Pony DJs in Broward. You had Party Down DJs. And I'm going to just put Party Down right over here. You had Soul Survivor DJs. You had Norberto and them down south. You had XM DJs, the world's greatest. You had, no, that's Space Funk DJs. You fucked up, Luke. Space Funk DJs, the world's greatest. You had SMS DJs. So now I'm taking you to the DJ thing. So we all DJs. We all run around, Pretty Tony, everybody, we DJs, right? So some of us came from DJing to music. Pretty Tony went to music, Trania, all those great hits he created over there. Shots out to Pretty Tony. You name it, Debbie Deb, all that dance stuff, all that's Pretty Tony. When I hear music and me dance, all that's Pretty Tony. Pretty Tony was a part of the Party Down DJs. Okay. Did they get a street? I don't know. I gotta go look around. I wasn't a part of the committee of naming. Okay, so Party Down DJs. We'll go here. Disco Rick, Pretty Tony segued into doing music. So Pretty Tony was doing dance music. We started, Rick then went to Joy Boy Record, Disco Rick and the Dogs, and they did music. Disco Rick ended up over at Luke Records. So he did all them songs, Your Mama on, and then he had a Wiggle, Wiggle, Wiggle. And so now I'm going to say this because I don't want nobody to get it misunderstood. I think the event was absolutely beautiful. I think I congratulate Commissioner Hardiman on what he's trying to do. I think I have a vision. A lot of people don't. What he's trying to do is he's trying to bring life into 18th Avenue. And so using music and the iconic artists and sayings, look, and all that, and bringing the street and just bringing it alive. It's almost like Overtown Come Alive. And Overtown Come Alive, it went from Overtown Coming Alive to Overtown being gentrified. But hopefully we're going to get there with 18th Avenue because my good friend owns all the property over there. Broadway, he owns all the property. So we ain't worried about that part. And Broadway is True Blue is one of us. He ain't having it. But I'm going back to this. My good friend Disco Rick was missing. I did not know he was missing because I came to the event late. I looked on the social media and I'm gonna have him on here and I'm gonna ask him about it. Disco Rick is an icon. If ain't nobody say it, I'm gonna say it. Because after me doing hip hop, it became him doing hip hop here. Before it was anybody else. Okay? Before it was anybody else. We over at Luke Records doing what we doing, him over there at Joy Boy doing what he was doing. So he's one of the forefathers of this. Betty Wright was the central location of it all. Betty Wright and King Spody. King Spody used to play in the band with Bob Marley. Okay? We all would go down the street from my house, 10th Avenue. We all ended up down to Betty Wright's house. That is the queen of it all. It starts and ends with her. I don't care who it is. If you got in the business late or if you got in the business early, whether it's me, DJ Khaled, or anybody, we all ended up going to get our information from the great, God bless her soul, Capricorn like me, 2 days before I am, would always call me and say, happy birthday, Lou. I know we got one coming up. My sister. That's the queen of it all. Okay? And if she's here, she tells everybody, and I used to be sick as a dog. When every year I would have a conversation with her, and they would be bringing all these artists to come at Chaz in the Gardens, and it took them God knows how long to get her on the stage. But that's a whole nother story. But I'm going to say that, man, Disco Rick is an iconic figure. I'm saying it live on here. If there's not a street named after him, I hope you guys correct it. I hope somebody go around the corner and say, well, we got a space right over here because Wiggle Wiggle or Disco Rick should be around there before anybody else. I'm just going to keep it a buck. They could take It's Your Birthday seat and give it to Wiggle Wiggle. And that's how serious I am about it. That's how much of an iconic figure he is when it comes to hip-hop music. Uncle Al, we love him to death. We raised Uncle Al. And one of the main people to raise Uncle Al was Disco Rick and Steve. He was learned up under us. And that's why I played that clip of Larry Dog interviewing me. So I'm going to say this to say this. There was always an opportunity. I'm not going to be the one to be like, oh, yeah, they should have did this. They should have did that. No, I'm not going to do that. And we ain't going to do that today because we're going to commend the commissioner for doing what he did. For all the individuals who's out there to get honored in so many different ways. And I'm pretty sure some other people are sitting over there upset, which is fine. I got a cousin who could have been in the argument. I don't even know. I just need to walk around because my little cousin was Anquette, and that was the second song. She did the accident, Throw the D, which was Throw the P. And then it was I Will Always Be There For You Forever. And y'all loved it. It was the number one video on the music box. Hold up, wait a minute, let us put some boom in it. Hey, I'm gonna stop there. Two of us was in the committee. I wasn't on the committee, but without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring on the show my good friend Disco Rick. How you feeling, Disco Rick?
I'm great. I'm feeling great every day.
And we got Streeter right here.
Disco
I got
Rick.
right here, Disco Rick. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome these two guys in there. Everybody in the chat, y'all give them thumbs up. Give them the you put it up in the air in the chat. I got Disco Rick. I got Streeter on here. Football field. We're gonna get into some sports. And Streeter's a historian also. When he went to the military, he had to take all them Miami records to the military, and I'm pretty sure he took some wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah. Hey, Rick, how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good.
I saw you on the video. I saw you doing a video, and you were outside a club that you, I guess, was promoting own or whatever it is.
I wanted to be on 18. I really did. I wanted, because one thing I know about all of my artists on there, I support all of them. You understand? So I can't get mad or angry. That's one thing you told me, Luke. Smile, Rick, keep smiling. And so that's what I'm going to keep doing. You understand? And I had a good thing at my spot. I had like 2,000 people yesterday. You understand? So I was feeling good for what I was. You understand? Because people came out what I was doing. You understand? So I didn't feel no type of way about 18. I didn't feel no type of way about the artist that was honored at all, because that's not their, they didn't choose that. Somebody else chose that. So I think the line been skipped. Somebody cut in on the line. The line was definitely
You got to elaborate on that. Cut in on the line.
Yeah, there was a lot of artists skipped the line. And there was a lot of artists that wasn't even on a label. So I don't understand it, because those artists that was on there, I'm gonna love them and I'm gonna congratulate them all, bro, because it's not them. You understand? It wasn't them that did the lineup. So you can't blame them for anything because I have to honor them because they got their name on the street. You understand? But I'm still going to be happy because I know the work that I put in from, look, let's go back. It was only 3 groups that had albums. Well, 1 solo group, 1 solo person, and 2 other groups. There was Gucci Crew, which is me, and there was Two Live Crew. We had albums. Everybody else had singles. And Kuwait had an album. That's the first lady of Miami to me. You understand? So,
you hit them hard now.
I was signed to Henry
hit them a little hard.
I was signed to Henry Stone, which was at TK Records, which was the same person that Betty Wright was on. So I came up from the Stone Ages of Betty Wright and all of us. When Betty Wright left, we were in the same building at Vision Studio. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Betty was upstairs every day for years. I was downstairs. Me and Betty was connected every day for years. The people that know Betty now or whatever, yeah, y'all know it now. I know the whole story. I was there from the TK building. So like Luke said, I know the history. Pretty Tony named me Disco Rick from Party Down DJs. He created a lot of hip hop in Miami the way he helped shape Miami in music. And Luke, you're absolutely right. Let's not forget about Pretty Tony. I would trade my name on any street for Pretty Tony.
Wow.
To see Pretty Tony name up there, I would trade that. We fought on the road. We fought New Yorkers. We fought all kind of rappers. Luke fought. I fought. They told us we wasn't this, we wasn't that, but we still stayed on the road. We were strong. The struggle was real, Luke. The struggle was real. We wasn't local artists. We became world artists. When they didn't like us, we broke them doors down. We broke them barriers. And Two Live Crew, Luke broke them barriers for others to be where they at right now. It wouldn't be none of this if it weren't for the fight and struggle that we did and the way Luke and Two Live struggled to fight the amendment and won it. I was there when Luke got arrested in the club on Hollywood. I was invited to go. I was the only guy in Miami said, yo, Rick, come to the house, come to Luke's house. We finna all go to the concert. I went there. I was standing on stage in the back watching it. When I left that concert before Luke got arrested, I ran out with Marquise, brother Marquise. Blessed, may he bless, rest in peace. Me and Marquise jumped in the van and got to Luke's house quick. Then we found out Luke then was arrested. Those are things that people don't know. I was there. I'm like, God bless the Jesse Jackson. He was there during the movement. You understand? I don't know the stories. I was there. I could tell you the stories. So Luke, I understand Luke. Luke one day said in the skate ring, yo, you see that group right there? I'm finna go make a record. I just made $1,500 at this Pacquiao skate ring. This guy named Larry Cool Larry said, yeah, okay. So Luke, the next days or so, or whatever, I saw Luke on his motorcycle. Luke had a motorcycle, everybody, a chopper.
Don't bring the motorcycle
He had
back.
a bag on his shoulder.
Don't bring the motorcycle in this.
Yo, I have to because this is where it started.
Bean might go
Luke
find a
pulled up.
picture of me on the
Luke
motorcycle.
pulled up at 99
Shouts out to Bean.
Star Force 99, Soul Star 99 on 35th Street in Miami. Luke pulled up with his chopper, and before he walked in, he said, Rick, I got the record. He gave me a record, Throw the D. It didn't even have no label on it. He had to write the name on it. He had just got it. I asked for 2. Luke said, I can't give you 2. I got to give you 1. And I took that record and I started off. and I was party down DJs, and I had Superstar Roller Tech, and you damn right, I promoted Two Live Crew at the start of the beginning because I supported Luke.
Wow.
Me and Luke was doing parties together when there wasn't no Two Live Crew. So people don't know the history of all that. People don't know the history of Betty Wright and us and me. People don't know. You look at Lil Jon and you go to Google. Lil Jon was inspired by me, and that's what Lil Jon said. That's how his career started. I did the Kings of Crunk. I did half of Bone Thugs and Harmony. I did the Saga Continue album with Puff Daddy. I did a lot of things, but a lot of people in Miami don't read.
Wow.
When I signed to Luke, it was a plus to me. You know why? Luke did not put me on his side labels. He put me on Luke Records. God bless get this guy named Fred Hells, white guy, big promoter guy at Luke Records, Luke hired. This guy's huge. He passed away. Luke yelled at him and said, yo, what about Luke? What we doing for Rick Records, the Wiggle song? We got to go, you got to do this. And I heard Luke say that. You know what that white man said? Luke, we don't have to do nothing. Rick don't hit the pop shop. Wiggle was gone. I had, it's so much stuff I could say and to be honored. And I'm being honored right now with Luke talking about me right now. I'm being honored. That's the biggest thing.
Man, we love you. We love you and we respect you. Because you know, and that's why, you know, like I say, you know, I know you don't have no ill will. You just go about your business. We all like that from down here. None of us, you know, we all Rodney Dangerfields when it comes to Miami. We're the most hated, most loved, and all that.
Yeah.
Streeter, you got something to ask Rick? Oh, hold on, Streeter, and Rick also was the one who started all this King of Diamond and all that. So that's a whole nother story. You know, because he started
King of Diamond.
Huh?
Yeah, he started King of Diamond.
That man, all them Jocelyn and the dancers. This guy.
I started at Diamonds Cabaret. It was me, Pop, and Lenny.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
I promoted everybody's song at Diamonds Cabaret, from Trick Daddy to everybody. My voice.
Can you hit it one time?
When I went to King of Diamonds,
I got 1,000.
Look at this. Hey, Luke, check this out. When I went to King of Diamonds, I didn't want to go. They couldn't get nobody in that club. Luke tricked me. They called Luke, and Luke said, yo, Rick, where you at? I said, I'm at Tootsie. Luke picked me up from Tootsie and said, we finna go to Cheetahs. This nigga went over the bridge and made a right. He set me up. Pop was waiting outside for me. And Luke got out the truck and left me in there, and I wouldn't get out. And Pop said, come on, you know the truck hot, Rick. You need to get on out of there. You know it's hot.
What's the story, Luke?
Luke walked in the club. I ain't not lying. And then Luke go talk about, Rick, there go your main friend, Lenny Moe, and all that. I was like, yeah, whatever. I did not want to work with certain people. I popped, oh yes. So I agreed to do King of Diamonds when they couldn't get nobody in that building. Trust me, when I did the King of Diamonds, I brought my event. When I say my event, it was Robert Bailey, my event with Willis McGahee. I put that together. The Willis McGahee Foundation at Gwen Cherry Park, done by me. So I put my Willis McGahee party in that club, and it set it off. Wow. And that's what made King of Diamond grow.
Hold on, hit the voice, because they don't even know you behind the voice. Ladies and
gentlemen, welcome to King of Diamonds. Who didn't grow up on that?
They don't even know. They don't even know that you the voice. That boy, hey Streeter, it's down the line of let's get ready to roll.
They have no idea. They have no idea.
I didn't know either. It took me years.
Black China helped Jocelyn and everybody. They have no idea.
No, I got a question. I got a question because I used to do some rapping on my own, had a studio and stuff, not near as big as you guys grew. But I know how songs are made, right? So your mama smoking crack rock. Like, could you explain to us, y'all sitting in the studio, Where did this idea, like, how did this idea come up?
Well, I was sitting outside on Third Avenue in Edison Projects, and the girls were cheering, and one girl pushed one down because they didn't want to be involved with her. So she pushed it down. The girl said, "That's why your mama on crack." And the other girl said, "Your mama smoking that rock." And I said, "Hey, both of y'all, come here." And I took the same two in the studio with the other girls.
And that's who voices we hear.
Bruh, that song is so big across the world, and I'm glad. I'm blessed. Everything I did from Loot Records to Gucci Crew to what we did with Sally, that girl was one of the biggest things in the world. I'm blessed to have hits. I'm blessed to be on all the labels I have been on. From Henry Stone to Joy Boy to Luke Records.
Wait, hold up. Hold up. Sally, that girl, you involved with the song Sally,
Yes,
that girl? Tell that story. Tell that story.
Sally, that girl was me. It was me and Victor Mate. And then we put 240 in the group when we started doing the album. After the Gucci
240 started.
Then we did the whole album, Choose and Bold, Sally, that girl, all that. Sally, that girl was actually a mistake. It was not supposed to be on the album, but Mr. Henry Stone put it on the album, and we tore his studio up. But he told us, "You guys don't know what you're doing. This is a hit." And yes, he was right. It was a hit. We were all over the country.
Y'all didn't think it didn't sound like that in the studio? Whoa, Sally.
Your mic cut off.
That girl.
Somebody.
That girl.
I was young then. I had to sneak and listen to shit like that, Luke. I was young.
That girl.
Somebody muted.
Hey man, Rick, man, we want to thank you for coming on here,
you
my
muted.
brother.
He said he can't. He can't hear. He said he can't. I can hear you, Luke. He said he can't hear you.
You're muted, Luke.
I can hear you,
muted.
Luke.
Oh, you.
I can't hear nothing now. It went off.
Yeah, you get me now?
That must be on his end.
Yeah, that's on your end.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick.
Do I have to
Hey,
close
Rick,
down and
we
come
want to
back
thank
in?
you for coming on, man. Appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah.
We love you. I don't know what happened, but Rick is
Tell
all
him
right.
close out, come out, and come back in. Now I had 1,000 questions for him, Luke.
Let me see if we can get him back in.
Yeah. Tell him to come back in.
I mean, let me see if I can get him back in here.
Damn, Disco Rick. I want to ask him why he
Yeah,
never
you sitting
capitalized
over there.
on everybody talking
the kind
about
of music like this here.
why he never capitalized on everybody talking about his one goal. That shit was like, that was the thing. You know what I'm saying? One goal like Disco Rick. See, that's a t-shirt right now.
I don't believe. Hey, Rick, there you go. Rick is back.
All
there
right,
go Rick.
say
Rick
come back in. Okay.
Can you hear me? Oh shit! He came and went.
Let me see.
He came and went. Hey man, this some good stuff right here, man.
There you go, right there.
But I laid it out, Luke. I'm just telling you.
Can you hear me now?
I laid it out. I was just telling the truth.
They were just talking about your one goal.
On my one goal tooth,
They were just talking about
when
your
I
one goal.
took that one goal tooth out of my mouth, everybody in jail got mad from all the way to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I went to California. A little girl said, somebody, mama, pushed that little girl to come up to me. And the little girl said, "Excuse me, your name Disco Rick?" At the airport, I said, "Yeah." "Mama, it is him. The guy with the one goal." I was like, wow.
Bro,
Wow.
hey, but why, I was asking Luke, like, why you never capitalize off that? That was
I took it out because
I
I picked that. I took it out. It was a birthday gift for my sister when I was young.
You took the goal. Hey, can you hear me, Rick?
Yeah, I can hear you.
can hear you now.
You took the gold out and gave it to your sister for a
No,
birthday
she
gift?
she bought that for my birthday in the 70s.
She brought him the one gold, and he just never added to it. So he just rolled out with the one gold.
Hey, why you gonna say not added to it? A lot of pills ain't added to it.
Bro, listen,
So
I
you had one
understand
goal.
marketing
You
now.
didn't have a grill.
No,
Everybody keep talking about this one goal. I never saw you with the one goal, Rick. I don't remember you with the one goal.
One goal.
Luke, it was a huge thing. People used to be like, "Dog, you got one goal like Disco Rick, Joe Disco Rick," and it was like a huge thing.
Hold on, Luke. Do you remember on your song, Rick Ross said that? One goal like Disco Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember.
That's not the Rick Ross.
Like Disco Rick. And it is what it is, man. I'm just glad that everything worked out and they had a peaceful event out there on 18th.
So when y'all talk about Pretty Tony, right? Like, cause when I think of hip hop down here, I don't think of a name Pretty Tony, right? Why is it not? Why is his name not like y'all? Like, why is it? Was he so early that we didn't? That his name wasn't?
He was early, but still he became that producer. His name wasn't ringing inside. His songs was bigger than his name.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So I believe Miami just got to get it right, because if we, and Luke, you probably agree, we already getting our history took off the monuments and Washington and books took out of schools and all about Black history. They already taking that apart from us. You understand? They taking that apart. So why should our own Black people in Miami tear our history down the same way? That's how I feel.
Right.
White people are trying to destroy us right now. Why are we destroying ourselves and hiding the history of what Miami is really are? Yes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I grew up on KC the Sunshine Band, and every Black person that was in that band came from Poker Bean Project. Luke, am I lying? Luke can tell you. All them Black boys who played in that band, KC the Sunshine Band, came from the project where Betty Wright was as well. And that was across the street from me.
But bro, I did not know that. I gotta ask my mama, because my mama grew up with Betty Wright. I did not know that, though.
The whole band came out of the Poker Bean.
I did not know that.
That's how they found Betty. Luke, am I lying?
Yep. No, you're not lying.
The whole band of KC Sunshine Band came out of Poker Bean Project.
Wow.
Are you listening? I can't hear you.
I didn't know that.
Your mic off again.
I didn't know that either. I didn't know that either. I can hear you. Luke. I can hear you. Luke.
Yeah, Rick. I think we
I
have
can't cook. What's on?
connection.
Luke is going in and out.
Wow.
KC, I didn't know KC the Sunshine Band was even from Miami.
No.
Yeah, they all from Poker Bean Project.
From Miami.
I didn't know that.
Come on, Streeter. You come. I forgot you're a 12-year-old.
Luke know that.
I'm a little younger, y'all, man. I couldn't get in the base station, though. I was too young, man.
You just got it. You got it. You got it. You came here with Mario.
I got to go out again because Luke, hey, Luke went out.
Okay. Hey, man. Hey.
Luke went out.
That's what's up, man.
This is great stuff.
You can hear me? You can hear me, Disco? Yeah, he got to come. His sound keep going out because I can hear you, Luke, fine.
Yeah, but we got to, hey, man, one shout out to Disco Rick. I mean, I know somebody in there can listen to the broadcast on there. Y'all tell Rick thank for coming on. We really appreciate it. But that was great.
He came back. Want to try one more time? He back. Want to try one more time?
I got a whole bunch of stuff here. We'll bring him back. We're gonna let him get his. I'm gonna text him and let him get his audio right, and then bring him back in because I think something is happening with his audio and mine because I got kicked out of here when y'all see me went off of here. So it's something happening on the back channel right here. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen. We got the world famous Streeter. That was some good information there, right? I mean,
that was great information.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that because I really thought Rick was involved in the street thing, and I called him up, and he wasn't involved because I saw him online doing an event at at this club that he's promoting, and tons of people there, and they were having a great event and everything. And then that's when he explained to me that he wasn't involved in the people he thought that did not have him involved, but that was a whole nother story. I'm going to get into that because we don't want to start no controversy like that. But I just hope that at some point the commissioner or whoever is involved, that they figure out a way to put my good friend Disco Rick on the street, even if they have to take down It's Your Birthday street. I don't have a problem.
He said somebody skipped the line, bro. Who skipped the line? I mean, and I came dressed all with Spliffy, thinking that you running for Congress, that you dressed like a goddamn Run DMC. Like I got my button down on. I'm thinking, man,
Let me put my glasses on since you got your glasses on. But listen, that's a beautiful thing. I'm happy that you have dressed up for the occasion. It's Sunday. It is Sunday. Yes, and on the weekday we'll get dressed up on the weekday. We'll be dignitary on the weekday because we're doing a whole nother game here. But hey man, that was a beautiful conversation there. That was some good information. Streeter, so what's going on, man? How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling great, bro.
I mean, you've been out to University of Miami practice. I mean, you was out there enjoying yourself with those folks. You had a good time over there with them. You know, you're over there with your good friend Mario. You interviewed him. But I have a little treat right here for you. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play it, but I'm gonna try and play it right here. Let's see if it can pull it. All right, y'all like this? Okay.
Know that.
Right, y'all like this?
You know that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, let's go.
Go! Get off me.
Shout out to Ray, dog.
Catch that thing, right? Hey, man. Hey.
They done mic Ray up. That mean Ray over there doing his thing, bro. That what that mean?
That's what I wanted to ask you. When they mic Ray up like that, that means he's doing his thing, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's doing his
Listen,
thing.
man.
That mean he's doing his thing. That mean he's a leader in the room. I mean that mean they trust him. I hit him up. I say, hey man, talk to the ECU people. Tell them I collab with your mic'd up. And he was like, all right.
Oh really?
Nah, that means
really?
he's doing his thing. Yeah.
And he said, all right. Because that's one of the good guys. Shouts out to Bean over there. Let me tell you, let me give you the Bean story with Ray. This storytelling day, I guess. Bean was, when he was coaching with me at Edison, Bean went on all the visits with Ray. Most people didn't know that. See, I kind of do things in a strategic way, but knowing, Bean, tons of experience, coaching with Ice and over there with him right now, he has probably got more experience in dealing with these scouts than me. And so Bean would go, Ray, big time 4-star, damn near 5-star, All-American, this, everything, all the bells and whistles. Bean, you go with him. Bean would go to all the visits and everything with him, went to Clemson with him, walked him through there. So if there's anybody that knows the process of Ray's recruiting firsthand, it's Bean. He was the one right there. It wasn't me. I was, making the phone calls, obviously talking to the scouts and the coaches and all that. And if there's anybody want to know the real story of Ray, you go ask him, because he would. You don't have to ask me, Streeter. That's the crazy part about it. See, a lot of people don't understand. It's a real village when it comes to, high school recruiting and all this. People don't know how people move from one place to the next. And there are sometimes on the staff where a coach will have that. No, coach got that. You take care of that. Because the head coach can't do everything. You know what I'm saying? Head coach got to do head coach thing. And so head coach get his trusted individuals who are experienced enough, who carry themselves like you with your nice little shirt on, and go out there on the road with them and make sure the scouts in the schools take care of them in the proper way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, I would ask Bean, hey Bean, what happened? How did the trip go? Man, them people at Clemson love that motherfucker there. Man, they love him over here. They love him over there. And so we all were kind of surprised. But that's a whole nother story. What's your Ray story? Were we all surprised?
Yeah, Bean was also surprised that he ended up at Miami.
You have to, Bean's in the chat. You have to ask him that. I know I was.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta call it the day of the commitment. It was like, hey coach, I'm on the phone with coach, I'm thinking about signing with Miami. I said, well, Ray, we ain't talked to Miami. When you talk to Miami? It was like, yeah, but coach, can you talk to this guy over here at Miami and who's working with the NIL and everything over there? Well, not NIL, but working with the recruiting department over there. And I got on the phone and talked to the guy, and I was like, hey, sir, how you doing? When did that all happen? Right? It was like he told me something and told me something. I said, well, you need to go ask somebody about this because y'all are a long way off. And where did y'all come in at?
Bean said he was definitely surprised.
Where's that? Wait,
right.
Hey, I'm sitting up and like, I'm like, well, Ray. And I was like, Ray, you sure? Coach, that was my dream school. I'm like, well, Ray, they didn't recruit you in Oregon. They didn't want you in Oregon. They didn't want you in Miami. So you're committed to Clemson, and
you gotta kind of go where they love you. Like no different than I see people here recently been saying, if you're chasing a woman, if you got to chase the woman, she don't like you like that.
That's it. I always tell people, go with your first love. Because what happens in college football, what people don't realize this. People try to protect the backyard. They don't necessarily be wanting you if they didn't recruit you, but if you committed to Alabama, they're going to all of a sudden they're going to start calling you up because Alabama jumped there. They don't necessarily want you because they had the opportunity of getting you from 4 years old, to 5 to 16 to 15 to 17. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, look at this here. The man said the man was the king of Clemson.
He said he was the king of Clemson.
He was there on all the recruiting trips. So he sat in the room with Dabo and this man would have been drafted this year. Because again, the way Clemson was running their program up until this year, they didn't get transfer portals. So they developed their players. They were like household, homegrown thing. I think really, to be honest with you, I think Ray kind of derailed Clemson a little bit because they were so dependent upon him. They were so like, this is our guy. We're going to run our shit through him, and he's going to take us to the next level because that position with the quarterback, that's a whole nother story there. But he's going to do good.
Yeah, everybody path ain't the same, man. He got 2 more years left, right?
Yeah. And that was the whole thing. That was the whole thing there. You know, and Devontae Freeman came in, and he would always come into all my teams, and he would get a story about him not being the biggest, not being the fastest, but the one that listened to what I would say and the other coaches, the positive coaches around him would say. And that's how he say, look, man, if you listen, you can go to where you got to go. And that was the first time. And I was surprised because anytime I talked to a scout or coach about Ray was on the other end of the phone. And so that was surprising. And I think some adults got involved in that. I ain't going to call no names because me and Bean was like, you need to go this direction here, but we don't tell nobody where to go. That's your preference. And I'm sitting up there like, what the hell going on here? Because again, you know, but you know, everybody learned their lessons. And when we talked earlier this year, you know, I would go to practice and see because I really couldn't go and put down on nobody at Miami. That's why I never said nothing, even when I went in the Villains. on a Twitter space. I never bothered with that because I wasn't the one that was a part of that whole deal of him going over there, how they were going to use him. And that's a delicate part of a high school coach that parents, if you're on here and you're listening to this, when you get somebody that's not the coach from the staff that's telling your kid to go somewhere and go to one of these schools, then the coach, your kid just lost a lot of leverage because his head coach and the coach with him, like, the assistant coach with him, they can't advocate for him. And so I could never advocate for Ray for not getting player time, not being put in a position, not even putting a running back. Because if you know anything about the kid probably one of the best running backs in college football. If coming out of high, that motherfucker's a beast at running back. He had just turned into a receiver when he came over there with us. And so people don't even know that. So I'd have been over there, look, you can't use him as running back and lock down DB on top of it. I put his ass on Jeremiah Smith. You remember that on Streeto? I can't hear you.
You put him on Jeremiah Smith at Chaminade?
I put Ray on Jeremiah Smith and locked him down.
He said he locked him down.
Jeremiah Smith down. You see what Bean just said? The man is a running back. The man played running back at Northside Optimist all his life. When he came and ran that 4-3, I said, oh shit, you a slot receiver. God damn it. I'm looking at Santana Moss. But I got film of it. Streeter, the man can play anywhere on the football field. So I let the coach, you put him over there. I would see him every time I go out there. You put him over there, you need to go talk to Mario there. I ain't bothered with it. Everybody in America thought I was going to say something, but I never said nothing. Because, again, you went and y'all did that on your own. This coach who come to practice every day, let him go up in there and talk and get mad. You feel me? That's what
everybody thought. Everybody thought anytime you would say something, right, about Miami, that it was pertaining to Ray. And it wasn't because of the story you just told.
It never was.
I don't think people understand what you're saying about advocating for a kid, right? So what you're saying is when they were able to pull Ray from you and get him to commit to Miami when you guys had him locked into Clemson, now they know that Ray's not listening to you.
Correct.
So, right. And now, so now let me explain it to parents. So if they've put him off the boat with Luke and Bean, right? If they put him off the boat with Luke and Bean, he's standing there alone by himself. He no longer has the leverage of a Luke who has the leverage of having kids every year, them having to come recruit the school, all of that leverage that you can't do the coach wrong because you got to go recruit the schools. And that's what he's saying. They kind of separated. Yeah, they kind of separated you from the family.
They said it. That's what happened. And even more, you had two prominent coaches, me and Bean. So now Bean goes back with Ice. So at the same time, with him being that involved, in his recruiting and going on every travel trip with him, you can't, even if he's not there, you can't screw him over, even if with him over there, because he's over there on the staff with Coach Ice, who's probably the most highly decorated coach in the state of Florida. And you got to go walk up in the Ice office and Bean sitting up in there. You just screwed over a kid who Bean took around. No, you can't do that. You're going to be, hey, man, you need to get the fuck out of here. And see, that's what people don't understand. And so when you get some sidewinding BS coach who just going against the program, and sending a kid somewhere, and then just like you say, they know that he don't have no leverage. That coach ain't gonna go over there and say nothing because you just fired the coach. So I mean, it all happened, and I used to laugh at people, just like you say, they all would think that anytime I said something about Miami, you know, which I'm a Miami diehard. I bleed orange and green. They would think that I'm talking about Ray and his situation, which not the truth. But I'm happy he's where he's at because he understood the situation. And he said, "Hey, coach, man, hey, man." And I told him, "Son, you live and you learn. We all make mistakes. Us grown people make mistakes, but depend on the people who care the most about you. And that's a very you'll take this mistake and go forward, and you'll be great." And that's why I'm looking at him, he's smiling and everything. We got on the phone, and he didn't play in the first 3 games. He said he was told right before the kickoff that he wasn't starting. Right before the kickoff that he wasn't starting the Notre Dame game. And then I said, okay, well, just, every day play it like it is. You just go out there, put a smile on your face, work hard. Then when it got to the point where he had to make a decision, if he play another game, then he'll lose his red shirt. And then he'll only have 1 year. I say, yeah, you got to make a hard decision, son. I said, but if you make that decision, the red shirt, I'm fully behind you. Go up in there, have a conversation with Mario and your position coach and let him know, you ain't played in the first 4 games. So it's obvious that you're not in their game plan in the picture and you don't want to burn a year and you're going to redshirt. And that's what happened. So y'all would see him on the sideline. I knew what it was. And y'all wouldn't see him playing. He was going out there doing what he had to do. Yeah, he was all dressed up and everything. And that's, unfortunately, that's how football works. And that's why I always advocated for, they need to have another portal. If they're going to do a second portal, it should be right there in that window. Or they should just get rid of the whole red shirt thing, which I don't think that's a good thing. But put a portal right there, and some of those kids can go to another school after the 4th or 5th game.
You know what fans don't ever take in consideration? Fans don't ever take in consideration because when they see a kid leave, first thing their emotions go to is he's the enemy now, or a lot of fans. First thing their emotions go to is that he didn't want to be here. Y'all never take in consideration that some of these kids, like Ray said, was his dream school. That's why he stuck it out for so long. Some of these kids really want to be here and see that it's not working. Like Popo. I knew Popo since he was 10 years old. Like some of them want to be here, but it's just not working out for them here. And that's fine. It's turned into a real business. It's turned into kind of cutthroat. And that's fine. You got to go find your way, somewhere else. But y'all fans don't ever take in consideration that some of these kids want to be kings and are sitting in a room somewhere like, damn, I might have to leave. And they're heartbroken. Y'all don't ever take that in consideration.
They don't take that in consideration. No. They do not take that. Let me tell you, and I tell people this all the time. The University of Miami, right, and all the glitz and glamours of it, and all the history of it, the University of Miami is always a beautiful house. I don't care who's the coach. It is always a beautiful house that just needs the lights turned on with the right coach because of the rich area of talent and because of the facilities. And I don't mean the facilities at the place. I mean the facilities. We are the best facilities in the world, which is Miami, Florida, South Florida. Nobody has that. When you go to Clemson or Alabama or LSU or Georgia, when it ain't in school, when school ain't in, that shit is dead. When school ain't in, Miami's still going. And so people don't realize that. And like you say, these people jump on these kids. Every kid here in Miami wants to go to Miami. Every one of them. They have to get turned off. And Miami has literally the pick of the litter. But then there are tons of situations where kids will get turned off because they'll be wanting Miami. We want to go to Miami. They'll go to the Miami camp, work out in the Miami camp. They don't get no look. They don't get no shine. But then Alabama coming and offer their ass. Then now Miami come. Then now they like, I really love her. I want to go. I want to stay home and play in front of my and this is my school all my life, and I put my shit on. Amari Cooper dressed up every day and came to Miami Northwestern practice in University of Miami clothes. We would have to tell them you can't wear that because they thinking I'm telling. Larry Williams used to think I was telling Amari Cooper to put the damn UM stuff on. He got mad. Listen, they got mad at me, had a full board meeting saying Luke is telling Amari to come out, and Amari ain't had less than 200 yards the year before at Northwest before I came there because I was at Central. Amari would come every day with this UM shit on, right, in the summertime, and they would be like, Artie Burns' mom, Dana, God bless her soul, was on the board, and Dana had to get into it with Larry Williams and some people on the board at Northwestern because she would be like, he could wear what the hell he want to wear. You know, I came out there a couple of times with a UM hat on, and because I didn't have no Northwestern hat, I was just starting over there. And so it was a big thing. And when he went to the camp, and Stooks was the DB coach, and I say, Stooks, this kid finna come dig up your 5-star, bring him out here. You know, because we quick to do that. Bring your best player out here. And if you dig him up 4 out of 5 times, you're going to give him an offer. And Amari Cooper went out there and dug him up about 5 times in a row and went to the office, and they told us, Al Golden said, and George McDonald, who's now the coach at Ole Miss, receiver coach. Oh, no, we have
Herb Waters.
No, we have Herb Waters. We know Stoops, because Stoops was the DB coach. We know he gets a little energetic, but we got a guy named Herb Waters. He told that to me and Billy Rowland. I was like, oh, shit, let's get on the bus. Going on to Tallahassee. Went to Tallahassee. Same thing. Give me your best DBs. Dug up to Tallahassee. Then we went over there to Alabama. Hey, Nick, we got something here. But he ain't got no stars. He don't have none of that. I know you like 5-star dudes. Hey, put him out there. Man, dug up everybody at the Alabama camp. Oh, you got an offer. You bring him to the office, Luke. That's how that went.
Nick Saban probably could put some stars on him.
That's what he said. I make stars. He said, I make stars.
Yeah.
I said, Nick, I don't want to be the one to be bullshitting you, but you don't have any stars. Nick was like, I'll make stars. And I'm like, well, we have Artie Burns right here. You know, he was like, I like Artie. I want Artie to come here, but I like him. And that's how Amari Cooper got over there. Same thing with Devontae Freeman when it dug up the entire camp. Hold on. He dug up the camp, right? I think he dug up the camp.
Uh-huh.
I think Duke went to the camp also. I think it was Duke or somebody else. Went to the same camp that Devontae Freeman went to. They didn't come out the same time. I think Duke was after Freeman or before Freeman or something like that. Then Freeman was coming the next year. And Duke didn't even work out, and they gave Duke the best running back of the camp. Dude, God, that's my son. I love both of them to death. They gave Duke, one of them, either was Duke or somebody, they gave the best running back of the camp, and they didn't even work out. They didn't even work out. And we hopped on the highway, went to Tallahassee, and what happened? Jimbo Fisher saw this man run some W drill and Eddie Grant, and it was like, oh, shit. Can you bring him into the office? We go up to the office, and next thing you know, what happened? We want to offer you. You know what the first thing Freeman said? You want to hear this? It's me, Teddy Lockett, Chris Perkins, Derek Gibson, because Gip was on the staff, and Gip, Florida State. We all sitting in the office. And Freeman sitting there, he said, man, whatever happened, if you get injured or anything like that, you know, that's one thing about Florida State. That's what they do. They'll tell you if you get injured, I don't know if they're still doing that, you still, in high school, you still have a scholarship here. You will graduate here. And that man told him that. First thing came out of Freeman's mouth. What you think it was, Streeter? A kid from the Pokemon Projects. Now put your hat on. What did Freeman say after the man gave the big speech about all this and coming to Florida State, and you're going to graduate here? We do all, after the man did his big speech, what the hell did you think Freeman say out of his mouth?
What?
Coach, where the bag?
So we need that. So we need that. So that's what we need.
The man said, Freeman said, where the bag? Me and Telly and all sitting there looking like, oh shit. Hey, we all doing like this. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh man, this man
He had to learn that from somewhere.
He was like, and he was dead. He was dead serious. So I'm hitting him like, laugh.
Laugh.
This ain't before NIL. Fool, you don't have not one offer. You don't have one. This is your first offer, and you talking about where the bag? You finna blow that? Hey, coach. Okay, coach. We good. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go down and grab some lunch, and I'm gonna holler at you. Thank you, coach. God, man, love it. And the difference is the difference between the same thing with Amari Cooper, like we talking about with the Ray situation, and we talking about Freedman. The same thing happened with Ray and Freedman and Coop. Once Alabama jumped on him, once Florida State jumped on him, Miami came after them afterwards, and they asked me, Coach, what to do? I was like, hey, look here, man, just the same thing you said. You might want to go with your first love. I said, you ever heard that song back then? They didn't want me. Now they hot. Now I'm hot. They all want me. I said, that's y'all song, ain't it? I ain't going to tell you what to do. I say, hey, look here, man. Back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all own me. We went to those places, and you do understand that. Yes, I do, Coach. Okay, now that tells you what you make your decision. The girl who likes you right now is the one who like you the most. The ones who come in when you got the bling bling in the car and all that, they just come in with the show. That's a parade. And them two went and stayed. Coach, I'm going to Alabama. Coach, I'm going over here. Al Golden came in at the last minute. Randy Shannon got fired after that camp. And Al Golden came and said, well, I got to have this guy Freedman. Same way Mario came to Miami and said, I got to have this guy Ray I just got here. Freedman, like sitting up in there, oh, Coach, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Miami, my dream school. I love it. My mom and my sisters and all of them could come to the game and everything. And all that there. I'm diehard University of Miami. I say, son, go home and pray on it. And it went all the way up until the time that he was getting ready to walk into the dorm, because I didn't even know that there was a rule if you go early that you can commit and sign the paper, but if you go in early, it's more about you checking into the first class. And Al Golden them taught me that. Say, no, if he didn't go to the class, he could then just get on the highway and come back to Miami. And I said, you got to go pray on that, boss. That's your decision. And he ended up staying at Florida State. Both of them had a beautiful career in the NFL. And but their paths lead a certain way. Guys who live
you get ridiculed for all that hard work you just did because the kid got to get in school.
Kids got to get. They drugged me. They said I was sending kids to Florida State. They said, hey. Oh, Lucas, Florida State, you was Seminole, you sending the players over there. I'm like, Randy Shannon said Freedman wasn't big enough and he wasn't fast enough, and they didn't offer him. And we went there. And then Al Golden came after the fact, and them people had already been recruiting them. And it was crazy because when we were riding back home, everybody who I had called, now mind you, Freedman like my son, he's pretty much stayed at my house. And we ride back. I said, now watch the phone start ringing like a motherfucker. Once we post once Florida State posts that you got an offer at Florida State, and the phone just started jumping. All these people started calling who we had already talked. Well, can we talk to you about him? Man, hold on. This man just went to your camp, man, dug up your place and all that, and y'all want to jump on that. Okay. I say, Freedman, you do what you want to do. You see the play. Florida State was his first offer. Alabama was Amari Cooper's first offer.
Listen, man, everybody can't go to Miami. I was at Miami.
No, everybody can't go there. Yeah, and everybody can't go.
They had limits. They also had limits too. I mean, everybody can't go to Miami. I mean, that's the bottom line. I was there all week, Luke. You want to talk to Miami, man?
Yeah, let's talk about some Miami stuff. You did go.
Everybody can't go to Miami right now for real. Like,
before we start, I want to ask you. You put in a request to interview Mario. What happened of that?
I did put in a request to interview Mario. After the run, he started doing his media run, and he went and interviewed. But looked like everybody, every outlet. Every outlet looked like he interviewed with from.
Why not you? Hold on, let me put my hater blockers on. They coming.
Why not me? I don't know why not me. I sent an email up to him. Not to him. I ain't gonna email Mario. To the media people boss. I sent an email to the AD. I'm still waiting for an answer back. So I talked to him the other day. They said something to me, and I had a chance to talk to him. I was like, hey, listen. We reached out, you know what I'm saying, to interview Mario like everybody else. I mean, we cover the Canes. We've been covering the Canes forever. One of the largest maybe the largest grassroots media company created in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Over
Why
a million followers.
why do you have to explain all that? They know who you are.
We went viral with the Canes, some of the most viral videos with the Canes. I mean, we covered every game in the playoffs, Luke. You know what I'm saying? Every game we was there in the playoffs. They haven't said anything yet. That was maybe a month and a half ago. They haven't said anything yet. Spring done started. We in a new season now.
That's interesting. You in a brand new season, and now everybody gonna say, "Oh, I'm in the season. I can't do a sit down interview." But I hope
no, you can't
Mario
do it now.
Cristobal. Yeah, I hope he after the spring is over, I hope he have a nice little sit down interview. It ain't gonna take that long with you, Football Bill, because you're probably the only African American network in there. Not even African American, but the level that you on, you far past anybody else that's sitting in that room as far as what you've done for the culture, done for the game. And
I am the only black network that consistently cover them like from game to game. You know what I'm saying? I am.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna keep pushing that on here. Now, if I had to do a tweet, I'd make a phone call.
I believe make a phone call.
I would make a phone call to Mario if I'm still in his number, in his phone, and say, Mario, you need to do an interview with Streeter, and then he's gonna get on the FaceTime with me and Dennis, and then I'm gonna cuss Dennis' little ass out. And then I'm gonna be talking. Then put Mario on the phone, because Dennis will do a FaceTime with you, and Mario be in the back. So I go to cussing Dennis out, and I know Mario is in the back. Put him on the phone, Dennis. I know he's back there. Nah, but Mario cool. We gonna make that. So yeah,
we're gonna work on that. It's always a fluke. It's always a fight. It's always a fight. Disco Rick talks about how y'all had to fight in hip hop. It's always a fight. It never comes easy. It's not coming easy for us, bro.
It's always a fight with us. They always take us. We gotta go above and beyond when they don't have to do none of that. But you know what? That makes us stronger, and that makes us better than anybody. Because you know what? When you gotta fight and you gotta get on the ground, you gotta tussle with somebody, you're getting stronger and stronger. And when you got to fight, you're gonna get stronger mentally and stronger physically. And so those people, that's why you see them fold under a lot of pressure. And when they hit adversity, they can't handle adversity. So, hey, man, that is a beautiful thing that is coming like this. And so, yeah, I was practice this week. Our spring practice going. I'm so far off the reservation because I'm so deep into politics right now and running this race for Congress that I know nothing about it. I was on one of them Twitter spaces today trying to figure out what was going on, but then they go to get personal, and some of that stuff getting left. I can't
You get crazy.
hear. Yeah, I can't hear what's going on, but I got you right here. So how we looking?
Oh, I mean, it's the deepest team I've seen in 25 years. I haven't seen it to where there's competition almost at every position, like real competition. Like we were the villains. We was going through the depth chart, trying to create our own depth chart and starters, and it's hard to put your finger on who's starting. They're deep. They're really deep right now. I wouldn't be surprised, man, if they're double-digit favorites in every game in the ACC, probably except Clemson at Clemson. I wouldn't be surprised.
So when you say they're deep, are they deep with guys that they've already developed, or deep with a bunch of transfer portal guys?
A little bit of everything. I mean, a little bit of everything. You got the Bryce Fitzgerald, who had 5 interceptions as a freshman. Then you got portal guys who come that's from Miami, American Heritage. You bring in Omar Thornton, safety out of Boston College. It's a little bit of everything. I mean, the portal is here, Luke. You can't really get around it. Like it is what it is at this point. I think teams are using the portal in a savvy way. I think some teams are using the portal to tame the kids that are on the roster. Like you bring in competition, and it's like, well, hey, don't get mad at me. You got to deal with Vendarius Jacobs. You deal with him. He's finna take a position. I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
these kids can get complacent sometimes. They can get complacent, and you got to get them in line. They got money, and things can kind of get sometimes, you know what I'm saying, out of whack. So I think a lot of coaches using the portal as for competition to create competition. And yeah, somebody taking your position, they're always going to put you in line. But they're deep, bro, and they went out and got arguably the best quarterback in college football, Darian Mensah. And you know
I want
that's
to know how you feel about him. You've seen him. You didn't see him throw. You see him up close and personal. What's your thoughts on him, the quarterback?
He's smart, and when he throws the ball comes off his hand with a lot of heat. He has a lot of zip on his ball. He throws the ball harder than Cam Ward and Carson Beck. He doesn't have he don't have the release Cam Ward had, but once it comes out his hand, it's humming. Like he can zip it in between. You know what I'm saying? Cam Ward just had the he has a lot of heat on it when it comes out his hand. Veteran guy, very, very cerebral quarterback. Like I said, I think they may have the best quarterback in college football again. We're sitting there again, and you know, Luke, having a good quarterback is half the battle in football.
Yeah, that's half the battle.
Yeah,
you gotta have a quarterback.
Yeah.
You gotta have a quarterback, the O-line, and the running game.
And that's what they got.
In that order.
and that's what they got.
Quarterback, O-line, running game.
Yep.
In that order, because you have a quarterback and he's running around for his life, like Cam Ward was doing at Washington, and you didn't know that you had a number one draft pick. And if you ain't got no running game, then now you got to sit back and have the quarterback throw the ball 100 times a game. That ain't gonna go too far. So you got to have those three in that order. And you ain't hear me say nothing about no receivers because we already got Malachi Tony. What about these receivers? I mean, we got Malachi coming back. You got number 3 coming back. Malachi went and put on the stick. You know, I like the 10. I'm gonna just say that.
You like 10? Come on, man. Number 1 is
stick.
Miami, bro. Like,
that's thick, man. That's thick. What you talking about? Is Miami?
It's Miami. You know the dude with the number 1 on is the dog. Like you go look at the team.
Name Streeter. Name one Hall of Famer from the University of Miami that wore number 1. Name one person in the Ring of Honor at the University of Miami that wore number 1.
That wore number 1.
You can't. Oh yeah, look it up. Google works.
That wore number 1.
Works. In the Ring of Honor that wore number 1. You can't name it. I listen. I know Malachi. Malachi's gonna be the first.
He's gonna be first.
He's gonna be the first.
He's gonna be the first.
Let's just leave it like that. I don't like the stick. I don't think I ever had a team where the guy with the stick was the best.
Who's the greatest number 1s in University of Miami? Now you got me thinking. Now
there's nobody. Only person that number 1. Only person that did a little something with number 1 was the D lineman from Heritage, Nesta
Severa.
Severa.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you lost. I'm telling you. Who else had the stick? What number was Rohan Molly?
Number 2.
Thank you. Ain't nobody put no stick on at the University of Miami. We don't do that. You got the guys put it on, but they don't necessarily be that guy. But Malachi Tony, whatever the hell he want to put on, I'm with him. That's my guy. That's De La son. I'm with him, whatever you want to put on. William Joseph is in the chat. William Joseph.
I see William Joseph in the chat.
William Joseph is a former University of Miami first round draft pick to the New York Giants and ended up playing at the Raiders. My cigar bar friend, who I just go to cigar bar and watch them smoke cigars and I drink Coca-Cola. William Joseph, do you know anybody that wear number 1?
What number was Devin? What number was Devin Hester?
Who went to the Hall of Fame? Nobody does that.
Damn.
I got you. See, I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one who bleed on
Artie Burns was number 1, right?
I'm the old guy who bleed orange and green.
Artie Burns was number 1.
And he played for me.
First round, he went first round.
He went first round. Is he in the Ring of Honor?
Jesse Armstead was number 1. I was thinking that.
I was at that kind of day. Jesse Armstead.
I was thinking that's the first one that came to my mind. I just couldn't visualize it.
Think about how long ago this was. Somebody putting the stick on. It's Jesse in the Ring of Honor. And we know he's a scout at the Giants, but did Jesse play on that level? Like a Ray Lewis and all of them? Jesse was like,
I think he was injured. I think he was injured. Mark Walton was number 1. Mark Walton was at Pro Day the other day, man. He's not in the Ring of Honor.
I don't know nobody with that number 1 in the Ring of Honor.
Well, Malachi breaking down every other barrier. Like, we've never seen a freshman with this. Malachi dropped some clothes last night, bro. And the post, he dropped a product, and the post went crazy. Luke, you know how much power that is, bro?
Look, man. Malachi is in a whole nother world right now. He's in a world that, if I can only imagine, Malachi's in a world that if a Ray Lewis was in this world playing today, how insane he would be, how insane would William Joseph after damn near breaking everybody's record in sacks, and Warren Sapp with his gifted gab would be in. Man, you know how much money there'll be, the level they'll be on.
I've never seen a freshman. I've never seen a freshman treated this way, but I guess the game has changed.
The game changed. Mm-hmm. The popularity. I told you this. I told you the same thing that I tell everybody about their artists, and I tell them early on, no, that guy's special. What did I tell you when I saw Malachi Tony come to Charles Hadley Park? And none of them kids.
You called me. This is how it went. Luke called me. He was like, Streeter, man, Malachi Tony just came to Charles Hadley Park, and these kids just went crazy. He said, man, listen. He said he was out there, and the kids didn't know what he looked like, right? But when they went to introducing his name, he said when they said Malachi Tony, he said the kids went crazy. And that's the viral video you saw where the kid was like, he touched my hand. And Luke called me and was like, I've never seen kids react to someone like that.
A football player.
Like a football player. He's a freshman. He just got there. He hadn't even played yet. This was before the season.
Ain't played a down. I say Streeter. He got that it. I pull the ball head coach who be standing by Mario, who takes him out to the camps. I say, hey, you need security for him. I say, this kid got that it. Now, Ray was there too. And I'm always thinking that Malachi was going to be in one slot and Ray was going to be in the other slot. But they went and got this dude with number 0 or whatever the hell. I don't know what the hell that was all about. But I said, this dude is special. You know, because I'm, again, at the end of the day, I'm a producer. I know special artists. When you got that it. And so he had them been working with the kids the whole camp, working them out, everything. His daddy out there, you know, his daddy works at our park. And they're out there and they going at it. And I'm pretty sure Malachi done been to the park, you know, numerous occasions, but nobody knew him. He working them out. And so all the University of Miami players introduce themselves. Hey, I'm such and such and such. Hey, y'all give it up for him. Hey, I'm Ray. Y'all give it up for him. And they were like, yeah, Ray. And then they say, hey, Malachi Tony. Malachi Tony. I was like, what the hell? I'm standing up there like, I'm putting my artist hat on. I'm like, this dude is a rock star. And then I'm looking at him and I'm like, okay, nice looking guy, nice smile. Cause that's what I'm always looking for when I'm looking for top of the line artists. I'm like, and he's interacting with the kids. They feel like he wanted him and they just lost their mind. He didn't been out there. I said, oh yeah, the name now. I called Street to say, now when they match the name with the face, he's going to be insane. And then now he goes, like you say, ain't played 8 down for the University of Miami.
Played 8 down. This was before the season started, bro.
Before it all. I'm like, Streeter, I'm on the phone. You know his mama? You know anybody? Yeah, man, I know the mama. I'm talking to the mama all the time. That's my buddy and all that.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, y'all need to expand on this. Whatever y'all do, this boy is special. This boy got that it. If he go out there and put up any kind of numbers, I know he's been having no insane year like that. Nobody could predict that. None of us. If he go catch 10 balls, he gonna be a rock star. I'm just thinking like this motherfucker is Colorado prime son and that other boy Travis Hunter and all that. I'm just thinking, man, y'all can just go to the world.
No, that day was very significant because you called me, and I know you've seen every star from you called me. You took time out your day to call me to be like, man, hey man, what I just saw reminded me of Tupac or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I did call his mom, and she was like, I was there. And she sent me the video of the little boy saying, he touched my hand.
Yeah. I was like, this dude here is, hey, once again, we saw it early. I think I saw it Sexy Red early too. hey, but that's the gift God gives us. Me and you, he gives us the gift of knowing talent, whether it's football talent or whether it's, entertainer talent. Yeah. I've had some bad choices of women, so I don't profess to be a professor at picking the right girl. Oh, that's a whole nother story. But yeah. So football is going good. How's Malachi doing?
Bro, it done switch from break the U great again to expectations now. Like I was sitting in a press conference the other day, and it felt like I came across me. It was like, hey man, goddamn, they done went to the next level. The questions that are being asked are totally different now.
Oh, so it's how y'all gonna win the national championship. So I need to book my ticket to Vegas, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think you need to book your ticket to Vegas because you called it. They got the quarterback. They're going to be able to run the ball. The offensive line just needs to come together. Like they loaded in the backfield. I can't see anybody. They got to play Clemson at Clemson, and Clemson's in trouble. They got Miami picked to win the ACC. I think is plus 135, and the next team picked to win the ACC is SMU. It's like plus 700.
Damn.
They saying it ain't even close.
It ain't even close. Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. Coach said he was gonna build something special, and you know what he said? He did say in the 6th year. He said, "Give me this, Jimmy." What it was? Didn't he say like 6 years? And everybody was like, 6 years is a lot. And he said, "Give me 6 years. This thing gonna be it's gonna be a runaway train. It's gonna be unstoppable." And shouts out to Mario Cristobal for putting together a great team, great staff. Got us to the.
They put together. They put together. And it's on the journey. They haven't done everything perfect, right? But that's just how things are sometimes, right? Like you ain't gonna get it all right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No. Rome wasn't built overnight.
Right.
Rome was not, and I always tell people that, man, Rome wasn't built overnight. It's brick by brick by brick, and you have to have patience. And that's why I always had patience. If you look at my timeline on Twitter, I always say, man, have faith in the coach. Even in some bad times and people wanted to throw him up under the bus, you ain't never hear me say, get rid of this coach. Like I said, get rid of Manny Diaz. I said, get rid of Manny Diaz. I said, get rid of goddamn Al Golden. Yes, sir.
Manny Golden.
Hey, who else?
I said, you wanted Manny Golden, dog?
Yeah, I wanted Manny Golden. I didn't like the fact that he never played a down of football in his life, and then an intern at Florida State, and you're gonna be the head coach of the University of Miami. No. I ain't like it. But he's a good guy. Only thing Manny Diaz could be credited for is he was the only guy, and most people don't know this. Manny Diaz was the only guy to recruit to offer Levante Davis, who just retired and who will be first ballot Hall of Famer, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who played at the Liberty City Optimist Warriors. Manny Diaz offered him a scholarship, and he was at Middle Tennessee. That was the only offer Levante Davis had, and he decided to go to JUCO. I went and cussed out Randy Shannon and said he's the best linebacker coming out of South Florida, and he said, no, he's not. He said Sean Spence. Now,
better than Sean Spence?
No, I ain't no disrespect to Spency. Spency a bad boy. But I was like, you took 7 people from Northwestern, you left the best one. Oh, you just saying that because he's from your Optimist program, Liberty City. You just saying that. I can't wait to see Randy when I go to the barber shop, because I want to remind him of the guy who just retired. He was the only one out of the 7 from Northwestern that year that got left off the boat. It was Levante Davis.
Yeah. And that's what parents need to understand, bro. Everybody's journey isn't the same. Out of all those guys, Ja'Cory Harris, Fortson, out of all of those guys, the one that got left off seemed to have been he's the most successful, right? He ended up being the most successful.
He's by far. The one that got left off was Levante Davis. It's so many stories, bro. It's so many stories. And just like you say, we are so rich in talent around here in South Florida, where you got the pick of the litter. Yeah, you ain't gonna get certain guys. You're gonna miss out.
Yeah.
Mario gonna miss out. The coaches before that, the coaches after, everybody gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out on somebody, because you're gonna be like, nah, and then you gotta look at your staff, and they're like, nah, I want him, and all that. And you only have but 25 scholarships, and then you're gonna be like, well, I just got 7. I can't take 8. I ain't got but 25 scholarships, and I'm sitting up here, and you got a dude like me, like, take him. He's the best one. And so, again, his path was totally different. JUCO to Nebraska, first-round pick to Tampa Bay. I don't know. I done lost count of how many years he played over there. What, like 15 years? Starting middle linebacker?
Man, you know, about a year ago, I went to Benny Hunter's. Me and my lady went to Benny Hunter's for her dad's birthday. And this beautiful lady sits down with a man, right? And we sitting there, and he look at me, I look at him like, what's up? And we sit there through the whole Benny Hunter chop shit, throwing fire and shit. And it's time to go, and they get up and they leave early, right? As soon as he got up and left that table, I said to Kia, that was Levante Davis. But he's not the face that you recognize. Like, he kind of reminds me of when you talk about Miami and football, right? One of those kids that you don't recognize. He's not like Teddy Bridgewater. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Because of the route that he took.
Right.
Yeah. You're not like Ja'Cory Harris. And I saw the whole time this lady was sitting there, like, you ain't gonna say nothing to him, like we know who you is. Like, you ain't gonna say nothing to him. And sometimes I don't want to bother people, you know what I'm saying, when they with their family and stuff, man. But as soon as he got up, I said to myself, man, that was Levante Davis. I know it was.
And let me tell you, the crazy part about it, that's how humble he is. You know, and shouts out to Levante Davis. He retired last week for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was very, very emotional when he did his retirement speech. You know, he talked about his dad, Mr. Ed, you know, and his years at the park at Liberty City Optimist. And, you know, and he's one of those kids who played from 4 to 15. No park jumper and all that. He was rightfully so, one of the best to play out there, and he's out there all the time. We love him. And, you know, and his dad, Mr. Ed, Mr. Ed, after Vontae them practiced, then he would be right over there with me. Look, get that thing going. Look, get that thing. He had a sharp voice. Mr. Ed would be at all our games, all our runs to the championship. Mr. Ed stood right there. And I don't think the kids, Freeman and damn CJ and Terrell and all them, I'm pretty sure they know Mr. Ed, because Mr. Ed stood right there. Mr. Ed would jump on them. Look, you got to coach him harder than that, man. It was real funny. And so I know his dad, I know his mom, and you know I know how much of a personal person that they were, and dad ain't never missed a practice. And see, that's why I be saying, man, a lot of these people be thinking, you know, that there's some blindside stuff with all these kids at these parks. You know, these dads gonna get there the best way they can, how they can. And he said, look, man, my dad wasn't the breadwinner of the family, but my dad made sure I got to practice every day, and he kept the household in order and all that, and he did what he could do. So I love it for him, and I'm happy to see him move on to the next level. But I got something right here that I want to ask you about, Streeter, because we keep going on and on and on with all this here. You know, now I know you ready for you say you could deal with politics.
Yeah,
so I want to see how you could deal with this right here, because I know this is your girlfriend.
On the internet, that's very concerning to me. Let me say this first. I have the utmost respect and admiration for Michelle Obama, and I would never say or do anything that is disrespectful to her or to any woman. I would never do that. And I had no clue that this repost had happened until I started getting phone calls and text messages from everybody, and I immediately went to my page to see what was going on. Now, mind you, I'm not very computer savvy, so I'm looking for this repost button, and I see that all of these buttons are very, very close to each other. And clearly I was scrolling and my thumb hit the repost button. Again, I had no clue that something like this happened until I got all the calls. But of course, I took that down, and, you know, I would never post anything like that. I would never do something like that. That is not my character. I have supported the Obamas. I gave to the campaign, both runs, voted twice for him, and supported the organization that Michelle had in the schools for exercise for the kids. I would never do anything that's harmful or hateful to anybody. You know, I'm just not wired like that. That's just not who I am. And when it comes to organizations that I have donated to, these are the things that support the veterans. You know, I have always supported them, not just now, but for years. This is not something new. So I just wanted to let you guys know, you know, this from me, you know, that I would never do anything so disrespectful, and I would just never, I'm just not about hate or anything like that. You know, if you look on my page and see my posts, it's all about love, faith, and connection. That's what I'm all about, you know, and I've always been that way, and I will continue to be just that way. So I just want to thank you guys for, you know, your love and your support, and just taking the time to listen to me right now. I really, really appreciate that. And I love you guys. Thank you so much.
I was about to start playing that violin, dog. Can't hear you. Hold on, I got you. Hold on, unmute yourself.
That was Chili from TLC.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to set it up because I just wanted the moment to be the moment. She got online. One of the websites exposed her. You know, when you donate to campaigns, and I'm happy to know she donated to campaigns, you know, because some of these people on here don't understand the importance of donating to campaigns. Like I be telling people, go to www.lukeforcongress.com and donate the $5-10 to the campaign. It goes a long way. It helps you get elected. And I say that to say this. She did not mention that she donated to Donald Trump's campaign. She didn't say that.
She said to support the troops. She snuck it in there.
She tried to ease it in there.
She snuck it in there.
So it started off, you repost some negative stuff about Michelle Obama. I made a mistake and I repost something negative about Michelle Obama. But then what brought this entire issue on was you gave numerous amount of money to Donald Trump. So then nobody was talking about the repost more so than the money. Yeah, we'll take that, sweetheart. And I love Chili. I love TLC. Boz is my friend. I love them girls. But this right here, this ain't it. This ain't it. We're in a freaking war. We're in a culture war. We're in a war where they're trying to take away, where this man is trying to take away everything that we stand for. Him and any of his cronies, Donald, the damn Ron DeSantis, all they're taking books and fighting us on DEI and saying that anybody that got hired that's black is not qualified because they got hired off of DEI. It's too many fights for me. I'll be on here for another 2 hours to talk about how this man is trying to tear down African Americans in this country, and for you to give money to him. Yeah, I know. Look, I'm not gonna get into it. That she married to the white man. Okay, that's
she got a white husband. She got a white husband.
Yes.
Okay,
that's her.
All bets off. All bets off. See, because I believed her. Like I think they said like $500 she gave to a campaign, right? And I believe about the reposting on. I believe about the reposting, huh?
It was a series of money donated at different times. It was
which campaign? Was it this one or the first one?
You kept donating to Donald Trump campaign.
What was it? The first time he ran or this time?
I needed the clip. I should have got the clip. But it was a series of money that she donated to this man. It's like you're donating to something that's going against us.
White husband, Luke.
I don't care.
Women follow men.
See, and that's my thing.
Women follow men, bro. They do.
Let me tell you this here. That's my thing. That's my thing with these damn artists. That's my thing with these artists. And I'm an artist. I'm here to tell y'all, you're dead ass wrong. Because if them people who showed up at your stadium, at your venue, all them people black up in there, and they're buying that ticket to see you, that bought your music, there's no reason for you to have no reason in the world for you to turn on them people. No reason in the fucking world. Now, even Whitney Houston, who had the whitest audience of all people, would complain, like, I didn't want black people in the audience because the white people would buy up all the damn tickets. TLC is a black group. So you don't ever turn your back on them black mothers that's sitting up in there singing Waterfall and coming to the damn concerts and doing that. You don't ever do no shit like that. I don't care how many white, whatever it is you own. Look, you don't do that. And that's my thing. You don't turn your back on your black audience. The people who made you who you are, the people who going to your concerts right now, you don't do that. I don't give a damn who like it.
So you skipping over the part where she said she gave to Obama and voted for Obama? You skipping over that?
Everybody did. First black president. But goddamn it, at what point did you?
You can't skip that part.
Hold on. If you care so much about Michelle Obama, this man that called Michelle Obama every name but the child of God, a black woman, and you're a black woman. This man, Donald Trump, to call Michelle Obama dummy, stupid, all kind of shit like that, unattractive, you name it. the first lady, the first African American lady of us, the most prominent, the most highly recommended black woman, and you talk about you fucking hit the wrong button, and then you gave to a man that talks shit about her. I'm buying it, bro. I'm not buying it from her.
Oh no, Luke, you can't hit the wrong button. Shannon Sharp hit the wrong button and went live doing the whole sex session. You can hit the wrong button every now and then.
And then all of a sudden you hit the wrong button, and then now when you got all these, I got all these texts and all this stuff and all this, and then I went back and took it down. Yeah, you did that. All of it. Oh, you see my posts. I'm not really computer savvy, but you got posts. You didn't post some things, and don't have them people go up in your thing and see that you did some retweeting before. So don't play crazy like you don't know how to repost. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to get on her like that. You I'm married. Sick of these I am sick and tired of these damn artists who caping for this man who's sitting up there with a whole crowd full of black people who busting their ass. You ain't got no whole bunch. Ain't no that many black mega coming to your concert. These are black people. I have a real listen, man. I got a real problem.
Could you imagine when you were married? If your wife was a Trump supporter and you wasn't, like, could you imagine being in a house like that?
Divorce. You gotta go.
You getting divorced, dog?
You ain't finna be walking around. It's no debate about it. There's some things that we ain't finna debate about.
Could you imagine the divide? So she's a woman. Her husband's white. He may be a Trump supporter. I don't know him, right? Women follow men a lot of times, right? They just get along right what we doing, and they kind of sometimes they just.
Well, if that's the case, if that's the case, you better be like Nicki Minaj. Just jump on out there and say I'm a Trumper and I love Trump and all that, and just go do it big. Do it big. Right. I got all the respect in the world for Nicki Minaj. I won't be no Nicki Minaj fan. She over there with him, but when you keep it a buck, I'm not. Nicki, all of them crazy. All of them are crazy, in my opinion, Streeter. They all are crazy to go and support a man who hate us so much, who hate our culture so much, and people in his cabinet. He got a vice president that he don't put a muzzle on. That every time he could get, he got to take a shot at black people. His whole cabinet is about the only person in there that I respect is Marco Rubio. That's the only one. The rest of that shit you can throw down the trash because they don't like black people. So if you're gonna support Donald Trump, you really on another one. You really on another one. No, I'm not. No, I ain't. No, we ain't doing that. That woman is out. She's out of line. Totally. She didn't
sound sincere. She didn't sound sincere to you. Like she didn't sound.
You think that was sincere?
I think
all she had to do was cry. You know, women could cry.
Once they cry, it's all bets off. But social media can't always be trusted. I remember Fran Brown's son. I interviewed him. Right, he's a little boy. I interviewed him. Went to a football practice. He's a football player. A couple years later, I get a call saying, "Hey man, Fran Brown's son said you unfollowed him. Man, he was a little distraught. That football video unfollowed." It's like I didn't unfollow him. Like there would be zero reason for me to unfollow him. And I went and he was unfollowed, right? I didn't do it. It happened.
But hey, listen, man, I'm gonna say this, man. Her and all this Nick Cannon, this lady.
What Nick Cannon? Right? What Nick Cannon did? Nick Cannon said. What did Nick Cannon just recently say?
Streeter. You don't know what Nick Cannon said?
What did he recently just said? Bring up Drewski. Let's talk about Drewski. You brought up Drewski. Put Drewski up there.
No, Streeter. We can't. We got to crash out on these. We got to crash out on these artists because they are out of control. They just forgot who paid their fucking bills. You never. And I don't supposed to be cursing on you because my people told me don't do that. These people, Streeter. They are biting the hand that feeds them. And I ain't never been on that council culture thing. But I'll tell you right now, I want to cancel some of their ass. I want to be the person to cancel some of them because they need to be canceled. They really, I mean, this man is absolutely nuts for what he did. He gets in the car. Let me tee this up. He gets in the car, and what does Nick Cannon do? He rides around with another little girl, and they're sitting up in the car, having a nice little beautiful time, and they talking and talking. The girl, the Democratic Party this and the Democratic Party that. And then Nick gets in there and he puts in his little comment about the Democratic Party is the KKK. This is what these people doing. This man gets on. Look, Streeter, you don't believe me. I know you don't believe me, but here we go right here.
The Republican Party.
That's right. Former Democrat, former liberal.
Yeah.
I was a liberal Democrat my whole life.
Is that because the bag has got so intense and so heavy that you had a whole nother, you up there with the elite now?
Not even close. Not even close. Democrats don't care about black people.
Okay,
and they don't care about people. They don't care about people of color. And the Republicans do, and that's the misconception.
And you know what? I agree with you 100%.
Thank you,
People
man.
don't know that the Democrats is the party of the KKK.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Yep.
I mean, both of you and I have some conservative views. You just a little bit more outspoken about it than I am. And I don't subscribe to neither party. I rock with W.E.B. Du Bois when he said there's no such thing as two parties. It's just one evil party with two different names. So
yeah, I mean, look, I listen, I'm not married to any party.
Right.
I voted for Donald Trump because we had two options, and he was definitely by far the better option for us. And as of now, I agree with a lot of things that he's doing.
Cleaning house.
Yeah.
But he doing what he said he was going to do.
Guess what? If there's a time where I don't agree, I'll say I don't agree.
Yeah. We got the Gulf of America now.
Period.
Charging, he's like the club. He's charging a $5 million bottle service fee to get into the country.
I know. Listen. But guess what?
Luke, you know what he was talking about.
This man.
You know what he's trying to say. You know what he's trying to say, Luke. Is there any facts to what he's saying, Luke? At any point in time?
The Republican Party 200 years ago freed the slaves on the Republican president. That was it. That was it. So the Republican Party was not the party of black people. It was that president who freed the slaves, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so yes, he has facts there, but
if you go back,
the Republican Party pointed into the party of the Conservative Party, which is the party of, they became the party of the Klan. Both of them, it was Klan, both sides. There wasn't no such thing as Klan, Democrats, Klan. It was Klan. It was Klan. Period.
Right.
It was just that the Republicans said, "Okay, black people had the freedom. Okay, great." So now this boy, and I like Nick Cannon. I like him. I like him a lot. I'm gonna have a conversation with him. I'm gonna ask him to bring his ass on here because we need to have a conversation about this here. I think he do a lot of things sometimes for clicks, and this ain't something to be clicking about.
You know who that he's talking to?
Serious. And
you know who that was he's talking to?
In my opinion, dumb blonde sitting on the other side. When you talk about,
Luke, hold on, Luke. You know who he was talking to?
No, I can't even see it. Don't even care about it.
That's Amber Rose.
I don't care, and I took a picture with her. Amber Rose been caping for Trump for the longest, and that's another click lady. So again, again, I thought, man, listen, when she was with Kanye West, I thought she was the most beautiful girl. When I saw her walking that MTV elevator, streeter, we were going up in MTV, and I said, damn.
Oh, she one of those? She one of those that look good in person?
Listen, that like Amber Rose, I don't take them from nobody. That was the most beautiful woman I've ever seen at the time. When I saw her walk in that elevator with him, he's standing there, I'm standing there, you know, I'm all over everybody. I'm like, and I don't take people girlfriend, and I don't, you know, undress their girl. But I looked at that woman, I was like, man, I never seen no woman that pretty in my life. And I had another woman that was just as beautiful, which was, her name was Rochelle Hunt. But Rochelle had her by, you know, Rochelle was a 10 and she was a 9, but that's a whole nother story. She putting that ink on her head, and the ink went to her damn brains. But she's not fully black, so I can understand her issues of having an identity crisis as to whether you can cape for blacks or white. So you can do what you want to do, Amaro. You can do what the hell you want to do. But you can't sit up there, Amber Rose, and talk about a Democratic Party doing things for black because you're not black. That's like saying Kim Kardashian is black because she done took all them black. You know what I mean? I can't say things because I'm running for office. You know what I'm talking about, Chad.
Man, you can't. What you can't say? Getting soft out here because he's running for Congress. What you can't say?
I can't say.
You on camera saying everything and got the guards. What you can't say now?
I have to be politically correct.
Oh man, get out.
But let me just say this. Streeter. She ain't black because she was with all these black men. And got rolled by all these black men. You're not black. You can't cape for black because if you were a black woman, then you would have a whole different disposition because you would have black kids knowing that how these things, these policies affect black kids. But going back to his point about and her point about Democratic Party ain't did nothing for black people. What the fuck is that? Where are we at right now? Are we where we really want to be at right now? Are we? But I'm living in a motherfucking house. You live in a house. You doing good. You got your platform. Yeah, do we want to own NFL teams? Do we want to own NBA teams? Yeah, we still got some way to go right now. But a whole lot of other people can't buy a team neither. Donald Trump couldn't buy a damn NFL team. He tried. He had to start his own damn league. So that's a whole other movie there. But at the same time, we came from slavery, bro. We came from picking cotton. We came from building the railroad. We came from building, being house, working on the farm, working in the back of the kitchen. And with what America had to offer to us, we were able to take what we had to work with and pull ourselves up by the bootstrap. Yes, under some strenuous circumstances. I ain't never seen no Democrat police officers shoot an innocent black man. Come on, let's talk about it. Ain't no Democrat went and said, okay, affirmative action should not be in place because y'all wasn't hiring black people because of the color of their skin. I ain't seen no damn Democrat run out there and say DEI, that if I see a black pilot, I'm going to think that he got a job based off DEI. That's Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, and all that other shit they got going on with Steve Bannon and everybody. I ain't seen no Democrat do that. I ain't seen no Democrat stop us from being who we are. Stop us from making money in the music industry. Stop us making money from, come on, man. That's our Republican.
They're going against the Rooney Rule, ain't they?
Us from being who we are and making money and feeding our families and getting the raises, getting the status. That's all some redneck Republican. Is the Democrat hand not clean in all this? Yes. No. Their hands are not clean. Right. It's us against the world. And I've always said that. But to say that they're a party to hold black people back and to say that the Democratic Party is a party that is not the party to defend and elevate black people. I think the Democratic Party did too much for us with welfare and all these different things and putting these things in place. They're the ones who put these things, housing and shit. The Republicans continuously wanted to take that away. All the Democrats, your public schools are funded by Democrats. Who the hell just took away the Department of Education? Department of Education funds all of the public schools in America. Who goes to the public schools in America? Black kids. The Republican Party thing is charter schools. Come on, man. This man just sat up there and said all these nurses who are getting these grants, and 60% of nurses in America is black. That was the black women's job. Oh, we're gonna stop nurses from getting free education. They're gonna have to get it from the muscle. What's that saying? Okay, well, there's gonna be nurses, gonna be a professional white women because they're gonna be able to afford to go to school to do it. I can sit here all fucking day, Streeter. I could really sit here all day and talk about how Republicans have deprived black people and how they're trying to put us back in slavery, bruh. And for these two idiots to be sitting in my opinion, to be sitting in the car talking this stupid ass shit and talking about the bowls and all that and citing what happened 200 years ago. We've changed. That shit didn't change.
Yeah, that's what he did. He went back 200, he went back 300 years, and all of that changed during civil rights. Right, the Democratic Party became supportive of civil rights, and it changed. He went all the way back to the beginning, where Southern Democrats were KKK, like part of the KKK. But you just said it; there was no side. Both sides, you know what I'm saying? Both sides were part of the KKK, and he went way back to that, which doesn't apply to today at all.
Yeah, but and then him and this little girl that been ran through like the runaway train.
Amber.
Sitting up there, you sitting up there, but you ain't saying nothing about Donald Trump and the housing discrimination. You ain't saying nothing about this man when he sat up there and said the Central Park 5.
Lou, she be up there with Donald Trump, Lou. She like Nicki Minaj. She be on the stage with Donald Trump, Lou.
They look for clicks and they look, but I'm not. Listen, we know what she's all about. I'm more ashamed of Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon, you're another one. You're making all this money because you're the black guy on TV, which they can easily replace you as the white guy on TV. Do you know how far it took us to come to where we're at right now? And everything that we do, this Republican Party is trying to put a question mark on all of our hard work. They're trying to put a question mark on all of our hard work, all of our success, and trying to make it as DEI. You have an attorney general here in the state of freaking Florida that just went the other day. Oh, we're gonna get rid of the Rooney Rule in the state of Florida. Well, hey, you got 3 teams. The Rooney, because why? Republican governor, Republican AG, you ain't got shit else to do but sit up there and say, oh, in the state of Florida, we're going to get rid of the Rooney Rule. Republican, we're going to get rid of the Rooney Rule. The Rooney Rule, if y'all don't know, is a rule where all NFL teams have to guarantee that an African-American get an interview because they wasn't interviewing no damn African-Americans. Rooney, who's a white man who owns the Pittsburgh Steelers, had to come up with a rule of his peers and say, look, man, we need to get these guys an interview. And half of them are bullshit interviews. But here's the Republicans who they caping for on this little clip here, running around, oh, we're going to get rid of the Rooney Rule. So y'all need to, every other state need to do the same thing. You ain't got nothing else to do, AG. Really? Come on, man. It gets me a little hot when I go to talk about celebrities getting on there saying the stupid stuff about caping for Donald Trump and all the rest of that, man. I don't like that. I don't like that, man. They're using their platform for the wrong thing. Oh, Democratic Party, part of the KKK. You think I'll be affiliated with some KKK? You really think I'll be affiliated with some KKK?
Not at all.
Shit.
Not
Speaking
at
of
all.
KKK, speaking of KKK, speaking of KKK,
KKK, where we going?
We have to protect all men in America, especially all white men in America. Those are the boys that we care about in this country. America is built on their backs. Yes, because they are the ones who mattered most.
That's the Republican Party.
That's the Republican
He's
Party.
poking fun at the Republican Party. He's poking fun at the same people, these three idiots, in my opinion, Chili, Nick Cannon, and Dummy Rose. These are the people, this man, Drewski, is imitating, did a parody on Charlie Kirk's wife.
Mm-hmm.
This is what these people say. It's out there in a party who loves black people. Good. And now all of a sudden they want to sue Drewski. Oh, you want to sue? No, but I'm here to tell you, Drewski can't get sued because of I already fought that fight. Streeter.
Talk to him.
I fought that fight already. Parody is protected by the First Amendment because of why. Why went to the Supreme Court and did a parody of Old Pretty Woman. And when I did the parody of Old Pretty Woman, I won. So I won because my case was about whether it was protected by the First Amendment. So Weird Al Yankovic, all those guys were able to do Saturday Night Live. They filed briefs on my behalf. You know who filed briefs against me? Michael Jackson and Dolly Parton, because people were consistently doing parodies of them. And they had a problem with it because they feel like it was an infringement on their copyright. Right. So I won that case. Most of the justices there right now, they're not going to hear it because they've already ruled on my case. So comedians of the world owe me just as much as these rappers because of my case. And so my case will be cited. Soon as she jump her ass out there, time I'm gonna sue and all that, then Drewski gonna pull out the Luther Campbell versus A-Cup Rose Trace case and be like, bam!
Drewski! So Drewski, listen.
Give me some money, Drewski.
This you win right here. You win. Drewski, your win is right here. And she came out and said something like, what if I put on a black face and went out of there and kind of like imitated Oprah? But it's not the same thing. There's no history behind whiteface. It's only history behind blackface and Jim Crow, bro. It's not the same thing. I hate when they try to act like we're equal. We're the ones that were hung and like and made slaves. Like it's not, the history isn't equal. You can't just flip-flop it.
Why they don't understand that? Why they don't understand that there is a history behind blackface? There is a history behind white people used to paint their face black and dance around, and it was a racial thing. But then now she want to cite that. Well, she could do it. How about you go ahead and put a black face on because you do enough shaming black people anyway. You and your husband did it. They did enough shaming black people and talking trash about black people. So you do it anytime else. But the mere fact of it all is what he did was so classic. What he did was so classic. He said all the things that she said. He didn't make this up, Streeter. He took her speeches talking about the white men. Here we go.
We have to protect all men in America, especially all white men.
All white men. You see that? We have to protect. So so you want to go and do that, and hold on, it even gets better.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is the
Who tried to change me? It's not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't want to get to him yet because I got a lot to ask you about him. But Streeter, this man, right? This woman. It is amazing that when we poke fun at them, it becomes a problem. He got up under it. He got Mega all upset. He got him all in a pickle. He got him just taking her words. It don't never sound the same when somebody read off what you said. It sounds real. It comes out. It hits a little different, Shreya. Would you agree? It hits a little different when you can say that shit, and then now you move on to something else, and then people get all upset about what you said, and then you try to defend yourself. But I'm always a person to say exactly what they said back to them, and see how it hits. Then they have a tendency to go, "Oh, I didn't say that like that." Yeah, you did. You just added something else on it. No, you did. Yes, that's what you said. And for him to do that to her, man, let me tell you, that was classic. But
he's been rubbing a lot of people wrong lately. Like that's his thing. He's like that's his thing. Like he's been rubbing a lot of people wrong lately.
He's doing parodies. And the same thing with Saturday Night Live does. But let me ask you about this one right here.
I'm asked to take a few questions, and unlike other politicians, they would like the questions screened. I don't ask for screening of the questions. You can ask me anything you want. You can talk sex. You can do whatever the hell you want. I'm here for you.
Why did he go to sex first? Like, nobody has ever talked about sex in the political arena. Why did he go there? How did his mind go there first? I've never heard a sex question. I've never heard of hey, what position you like it in? I've never heard that in the political arena. So why did he go there?
This president of the United States of America, and he asks you to, he's literally telling you could ask him about sex. He don't screen nothing, so you can ask me about sex. So President Donald Trump, here's a sex question for you. So when Jeffrey was having sex with the little girls and all that,
where were you? I think
you're a nasty reporter. You're nasty. You're the worst reporter. Your network is trash. I'm gonna call the head of the FCC and I'm gonna get your ass turned off. Yeah. I thought you said I can ask you anything, and even about sex. Oh, Donald. Hey, Donald. Here's a sex question. So, are you and Melania still?
Maybe he didn't want to say Epstein files. Maybe he was insinuating you can ask him about.
This man off the chain. This man really off the chain. He is really off the chain. You can ask me whatever you want to ask me. You can ask me about sex or anything. I know his aides was probably doing like, oh my God.
They do that every day.
Just ask that. And the people in the White House press corps, they're so prim and proper. Oh my God, Mr. President, they respect the office of the White House. They would never ask him a sex question. But speaking of sex, here's the head of the FBI. He's doing his thing. Hit it.
What up, y'all? Happy Saturday. I guess Cash Patel's
That thing started going left, didn't it? That boy, them hips a little loose. Them hips a little loose, ain't they, boy? That thing started going.
Hey, that's the head of the FBI.
He the head.
Cash hit it.
That boy loose, boy. What you gotta hit? What you gotta hit? What you gotta hit to be on that? Boy, that's what that is. Yak? Shrooms? What you got? That boy wide open, boy. He wide open, man.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It wasn't a good week for Donald Trump and his whole cabinet. They got the one defense secretary, he stayed drunk. And they had to take his phone because he was giving out all kind of secrets. Hey, and this dude here, and it's the FBI. This the FBI. The FBI. Where's the department to put everybody ass? Man, this man running around the hotel. Now, the Iranians is fighting this they going cyber war now. So they went through his Google and his emails and all that. And
yeah.
They went and got all the information. They got all kind of stuff. And it's like, yo, they're like, this is only the beginning here. But I mean, Streeter, I can't make this up. But I want to ask you about this interchange here since we're running through this.
Because I am very secure and understand what I want for me. Please don't try to question that. Ron Terry, you know I rock with you. But just like any situation where there's some type of brotherhood, we're gonna have our disagreements. So you mean to tell me that you gonna tell me who me can and can't have on me platform?
Yeah. That's what he meant, my platform, but yeah.
This was never about Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith. The reason why I decided to bring Jason Whitlock on 4th and 1 was because Jason Whitlock had strong takes that I wanted to talk man to man about. And what better way to ease all that than through conversation? It's my job as a creator to bring people together to have the uncomfortable conversation. I didn't have no ill intent for Jason to come on and have him speak all this nonsense about said person. He said a lot of things. Stephen A. Smith was the one that responded. I have so much respect and appreciation to my brother in content as a former athlete, as a very well-spoken individual that has opened doors for the likes of me and the others. But one thing that's not going to happen is a puppet string attached to my back. Every single coach, player that I've ever played with knew that. I'm gonna do things how I wanna do it. Respectfully. Don't micromanage me. Don't tell me what I can and can't do if this is the bylaws of the game that we playing. Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, Deion Sanders, and Ryan Clark. Those are the people who I respect. African-American brothers in this media space once upon a time, and they all had something negative to say about Cam. But what they can do, I didn't run a Twitter. I understand that comes with it. So you mean to tell me you talk about people for a living and you get mad when somebody talks about you? That's what it is. We all have our own opinion.
So people gonna have their opinion about you.
Regardless. I've seen the likes of the Arsenio Halls, the Jay Lenos, the Oprah Winfreys have discussions with people that they had to allow their guests to speak, no matter if they agree with it or not. And every time you hear, welcome to 4th and 1, well, I always got it. It's getting people's attention.
Okay, Streeter, you know Cam, you know the producer, you're good friends with them. You've seen the platform. You've seen the platform grow. I gotta have my cigar like this here for the since we talking about Cam right now. We talking about Cam. Cam, I am a guy who I have numerous amount of arguments about who has the best talent, because he swear to God that Georgia has better football talent than Florida, and I have to break him down all the time. Sometimes he get a little in his feelings, but I tell him, stay in your feelings. It is what it is. But you know both of them real close. Yep. You know the producer, you know the creator of the show and all that. It's a situation. Let me set it up for everybody. Cam brought Jason Whitlock on the show. Jason Whitlock is very outspoken about Stephen A. Smith. He hates him to his guts. Jason Whitlock hates everybody black. Anybody that's black, he hates them. Jay-Z, he hates, you name it, he hates everybody. He hates, you name it, that's Jason Whitlock. Only a few people like us can deal with him. But again, he has a big problem. He's fixated on talking trash about Stephen A. Smith. And because Stephen A. Smith gave Cam Newton an opportunity to come on First Take, basically giving him a job and always cape for him, Ryan Clark felt like, you know, by him putting him on his platform, Jason Whitlock, a guy who talking bad about a guy who gave you an opportunity, Stephen A. Smith giving him an opportunity, that wasn't cool. And so Ryan Clark said something about it, and then I guess Cam had to say something back to Ryan Clark. You know, what's your take on that? How you feel about that?
Well, I met Cam. Well, I've been met Cam a long time ago, but I talked to him last year at OT7. Him and the guy Peggy. He called Peggy, the guy who sits there. And I had a real conversation with Cam last year, and I told him, like, hey, bro, I see what y'all building. Like, you about to make more money doing media than you did playing football, because you're going to do it longer, right? I was like, but I think we should sit down and talk. Like, it has to be a network. You know what I'm saying? It has. Eventually, you guys are going to have to. You guys have to grow out, and it's not just going to be just you and your thing. But to make a long story short, he pointed at Peggy, the guy who always sits there, who looks like the assistant, right? He pointed at Peggy because Peggy was kind of like the brains behind it all. Cam wasn't really big on doing the media thing, and Peggy kind of like convinced him to do it. You know what I'm saying? He's like the brains behind it all. And what he has built, bro, through all the negative comments, and Cam dressed like a girl, and he looked stupid with the hats, and he just, and being out there in 7-on-7, having fights with dudes that he started with, and he just keep going. He just keep going. And I believe Stephen A. Smith understands him bringing Whitlock on there, because it's all about attention. It's all about traffic. That's it. It's entertainment. It's all about attention and traffic. It's an uncomfortable situation which creates traffic. Stephen A. Smith understands that. Stephen A. Smith sits in his house sometimes and give takes I bet you that he does not believe in. But because it's probably a take that most won't take, he says it out of his mouth, and he creates traffic.
Correct.
I like what Cam is doing. I've seen him.
But to have a guy that talks so much personal stuff, like if there's a guy that talks personal stuff about Streeter, he ain't coming on here. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't care who he is. He could have 1 billion followers. That show can be a bigger than life show if I have him on here. But if he's sitting on there talking shit about Streeter, and Streeter just gave me a job on ESPN, put money in my pocket, gave me a multi-million-dollar job, He ain't coming on here. He ain't coming over here now. And we don't make no money. He's not coming on here. I don't give a shit. I mean, that's just me. Maybe I'm different, and I can understand. You know, I don't agree with too many things what Ryan Clark has to say, but I agree with this one. Look, it's clicks, but then let me ask you this question: Is there any limits to it? Is there any?
I think it's business. I don't think it's personal, right? I think it's business. I don't think it's personal.
I think that's what.
He ain't finna go out there and he ain't finna go out there and cap for Whitlock. He ain't finna go out. You know what I'm saying? I think it's business. I would think that he sat down and said something to Stephen A. Smith, right? Man to man. You know what I'm saying? And then went at it. But it's business, though. I believe it's business. I don't think it's personal. Like we take a lot of things personal and bring them into business sometimes.
Right. Well, I think you're right. Ryan Clark. You know, do you think Ryan Clark put gas on the fire? Do you think that's a move, a chess move to getting Cam put off the network, off the show? Because
Ryan Clark comes across like that. Sometimes Ryan Clark comes across like that. Sometimes, like,
yeah.
But I also believe he's sticking his nose in something that brings him attention. I think it's all self-serving, bro. I do, man. We're looking at a TV screen, Luke. It's entertainment, bro. You were saying pop that coochie with 100 women with you, and that's not who you were. You know what I'm saying? It was entertainment. It's entertainment, dog. Like, I think he's sticking his nose in something that's hot, and it brings the attention to him.
But again, you have the two white guys on the show. You have Stephen A. Smith. You have Cam on there, and you have Ryan Clark on there. And you know, a lot of times,
go ahead.
The black guy is the worst, the biggest enemy of other black men. I could tell you some stories about the coaching business where there were black guys who wanted to be the only black coach in the room, and he would get rid of other black coaches who would be close to the head coach. It's like a survival thing. But in this case, Stephen A. is the head coach, and bringing Cam on that show and being as colorful as he is, that kind of cuts a large part of Ryan Clark's job too now, because Ryan was the only black head talking about football, and with Stephen and the other people. So now when you bring him on, you know, you had Shannon, you know, did his own self in, you know, and so Stephen just filled in another void of another person, but Cam coming on, and Cam is different. So, you know, I hope Ryan Clark ain't going down that line.
I think it all comes back to the show. Now you want to tune into the show to see what Stephen A. Smith. You know what I'm saying?
No, I want to tune into the show and see what Ryan Clark. I put Ryan Clark and Stephen A. and Cam next to each other.
Right.
That's it down there.
Right. Yo, listen, man. Until I see somebody punch somebody, I ain't buying none of these beefs.
You never saw nobody punch nobody? Hey, Streeter, you.
No.
I think Sunday,
I ain't buying none of these beefs. None of them.
Yeah, you're right. I gotta go because I'm going over here to the Improv over here in Durrell. I'm going to Improv. A friend of mine, they're having an event over there. Actually, I'm late. I'm gonna go out there and chill out with them. They got some comedy and they got a little podcast going on. I gotta go support my friend Sap, the guys who, you know, they own a tire shop on on 163rd, right there when you get off the highway. Make sure y'all check them out. I think it's Friendly Tigers. They do a good job. They ain't sponsoring the show. I just show people love. Make sure y'all check out my man Street on Footballville. He'll be covering the Miami Hurricanes on a regular basis, and you get to see him talk to Mario Cristobal. I like that question he asked Mario Cristobal the other day. But you get to go see him. He'll keep you up on everything Canes, everything about Canes. Make sure y'all log on to all of his social media platforms. That's Footballville on Instagram, Twitter, on YouTube, Facebook, all over the place. Make sure y'all log in, check him out, and he'll keep you up on what's going on with the Canes. And then y'all can always join the villains. And what is that? You have the thing you have on Facebook down there?
Kick.com/footballville. Go follow us, man. We be live. We go live before the practices, at the practices. And it's just us live walking around, kind of like just talking about you. You can see me stopping at a gas station, what I do before I go to practice. We interviewing people, we talking to people. I had Queen Bee with me the other day. She said somebody offered her 9-year-old a house to come play for them in Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah, that was. I said, tell me 3 things coaches offered you. I didn't think she was gonna say a house, Luke. But her son has a UM offer. He got a UM offer. He's 11 years old. He's a quarterback named Butter. He could go.
Shouts out to Butter. So yeah, man. Next week, if I get you on, we could talk about some more of that stuff. But hey, I appreciate my brother.
Let's go.
Hey, man, that's Streeter, man. Streeter for Footballville. Make sure y'all check him out, man. I love to have him on here. He does. He tries to push me into places that y'all see he push me in. But it was a beautiful show today. I enjoyed myself. I am a little bit, as you can see, a little bit under the weather. We went overtime. We gave y'all a whole lot of content today. We gave y'all a whole lot. We had to run through a lot because we missed a couple of days because, you know, I'm running for office. I'm running for Congress. Yours truly, Uncle Luke for Congress. Let me take the glasses off so y'all can know I'm serious about this. My district is Lauderhill Lakes, Sunrise, Tamarack. Is also Belgrade, Pahokee, South Bay, a large part of Palm Beach County. And my district also comprised of Riviera Beach, and it's going good. It's going excellent. We're having a good time out there talking to the people and getting to know people. And you know, it is a challenge. We have challengers. You know, and I didn't want to get into the Congresswoman issues. Her being found guilty by the Ethics Commission this week on 25 counts. You know. Most people is like, yo, why you don't speak on that as much? You know, hey, look, I'm not the person to kick somebody when they're down. You know, I do understand people have a life after politics. Congresswoman got kids. She got family members. She has to deal with the issues that she presented or put herself in. She still has another day in court, which, you know, her trial is coming up real soon. She had a day in the ethics hearing court. And she was found guilty. And so I let public opinion and her and the things that she has to deal with those things on her own. So I won't be the one sitting up here like talking trash about the lady. You know, I wanted to run against her because I think the district is underserved. I know the district is underserved because I did my due diligence before I decided to run, before she was charged, before she was indicted. And everything like that. I was going to run last cycle, but I wasn't prepared to run because I got a son that's in the 10th grade that needs me to be here because we were going to win. You know, I just have all the confidence in the world of what we were going to do in the messaging that we were going to put out there to put ourselves in a good position to win. But it is what it is. You know, I'm going to pray for her. You know, that's what we all can do. But at the same time, I got to run a race, you know, and I think, and I know that these people have been underserved. This is a beautiful district. This district is going to be the shining light. If they elect me to be their representative in the United States Congress, I'm going to do any and everything in my power to bring the resources back to District 20. I think I'm the best person in the race to do that, even if she's in the race, you know, because of my vision and because of the things that I've always done. And I look forward to continuing going out into the community and talking to people and running this race. A lot of people say, oh, you're not from Broward County. Well, I've been living in Broward County for the last 15 years. Most people think I'm running in Dade. Some of the people, some of the elected officials, yeah, they might don't support me, but they think, everybody thinks things are grandfathered in. Everybody think, oh, yeah, you from Dade County and all this, you from Broward County. Well, last time I checked, none of us are from here. You know, and that's not an issue when it comes to that, because Donald Trump is not from here. He's your representative. Ron DeSantis is your representative. You know what I'm saying? And that's just life. You know, we move to places. We move from Dade. We move to Broward. We move from the mayor of Riviera Beach is not from here. A large part of my district are people who are made up, who are from Jamaica, like myself, and the Bahamas, and Haiti. So that doesn't qualify. That doesn't disqualify them to live there. You know, so that whole little thing is just a distraction. People want to call it what they want to call it. My job is to not listen to anything as to be a distraction. My job is to come out and talk to you. I will be out there talking to you every day all the way until the election day. And if you choose me to be your representative in Congress, you could bet your bottom dollar you're going to have a fighter, because anything and everything about my life has always been about fighting for the causes that I believe in. And so I'm going to be doing some videos, the day in the life of, on a regular basis. I go do a meeting. Hey, I want to see y'all. Let's keep it a buck. I want to see everybody. I want people to go to my website right now, www.lukeforcongress.com. Hey, look, email me in there. You want me to come to have a meeting at your park? You want me to come to have a meeting at your PTA meeting? You want me to come talk about the issues? You want me to come listen? I'm there. You want me to come to your birthday party in your backyard because you got a whole bunch of family members that's in my district that's there, and they want to have a conversation with me? I'm there. I'm going to be out there, but I want you to tell me, hey, look here, Luke, I need you to come over here and holler at me and the ladies and me and the fellas. What you going to do for the parks? What you going to do for the kids? What you going to do for crime? Yeah, I'm more than welcome to be there. I have a platform, but I like listening because it's not about me. It's about you. And I think the most important part of being an elected official is to listen to the people, hear their concerns, and then us, because it's the people's seat, we go out there and fix it. You know, in America, we have a whole lot of things to fix. In District 20, we got a lot of things to fix. We got a lot of work to get done. And I'm going to be out there talking about it. And one thing, you know me, hey, I'm about that business. I ain't about no jokes. I will not be running for this office to be up here clowning or joking or not to be serious under no circumstance. Do I know politics? Yes, I do. In more ways than one. Trust me. So at the end of the day, I want to thank you guys for joining the show. I appreciate you all having me. I enjoyed it. I love it. And like I always say, in the words of Walter Cronkite, may the good news be yours. Peace. I see you later, alligator, after a while, crocodile.